back with another episode. I am back, and all of my equipment, well, not all of it here. I still got to get a chair, but my PC is here, my monitor is here. I got to hook it all up. My PC came yesterday, and it was heavy. I'm like, because I was waiting up for UPS. I'm like, I am not gonna go to sleep because I don't like. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like leaving packages outside my door. When the packages come, I like to take it and put it inside the house because people like to take stuff. Have you noticed that people like to grab stuff? They like to take stuff. So I went on and I have my package and I said, let me bring this to the house. So I finally have my PC. I have my monitor. Next on the list, I'm getting a new office chair off Facebook. I can get it off Facebook Marketplace. So get a couple of chairs. So just in case if I interview some people, I can interview them and they can sit in some comfortable chairs. So really, really excited for that. So I do have my monitor, have my PC and everything like that. And I want to thank y'all so very much. We've been gone for a little while because I've been mourning. I've been in pain, losing. We lost 3 young men in Chicago, right? Jeffery Pub. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. These 3 young men was in the street. They was, I don't know if they was breaking up a fight or in the street talking or trying to break up a fight, but they lost their life. It was a deeply disturbed hit and run was captured on a dash cam in Chicago, a crime that sent several bodies flying in the air. This according to TMZ, and left the victims laid out helplessness on the pavement. Check out the video. It surfaced on Sunday, depicting that appears to be a roughly small crowd of people arguing and fighting in the street in very early morning when all of a sudden a silver sedan comes zooming through the road, literally mows them down. When the vehicle makes contact with the group, you can see a few people get flung into the air and land on the ground. One man wearing a blue was also struck, but was spared the full impact of the vehicle. It seemed to be moving on its own afterwards. Chicago PD tell TMZ this happened in the 70 block of South Jeffery near Jackson Park in the city's south side. 4 men were actually struck, including the guy in the blue, and 3 of them was pronounced dead on arrival when transferred to University of Chicago. The other surviving member was taken to Stroll's hospital, but his condition, I can't get the word out, is unknown. No one is in custody. The cops was looking for the vehicle driver. There doesn't seem to be much of a description beyond the possible color. No further info available at this time. So we did find out all 3 other victims' name: Jalen, Devontae, and Donald. Jalen was 23, Devontae was 27, and Donald was 25 years old. One of the victims just graduated from college back in May. I'm trying to see which victim was that. One of them just graduated from college. And it's just really unfortunate that these 3 young men, died. And of course, I was on the phone with people in Chicago, and we was literally on the phone with people in Chicago that was saying things that are going on. They're saying that apparently it was a fight inside of the Jeffery Pub, and the Jeffery Pub is a place where it's a bar and they serve drinks and it be fights. The issue that I have with the Jeffery Pub is that they don't have security on the outside. That's the problem that I feel like when it comes to the Jeffery Pub. I made a post. I said the Jeffery Pub should be shut down. The owner was coming at my neck all weird, but I'm like, you are responsible for the people that attend your club. Why don't you put a little bit of money in security and tell them, like, go to your cars, having people outside telling the people to go to the cars, do not go on the street, go to your cars, because it makes your club look bad. Because in all the news reports, they were putting that the Jeffery Pub, this is the Jeffery, it was a fight that's happened at the Jeffery Pub. It makes your club look bad. And I personally believe that the club should be shut down, honestly, because it's just crazy. Now, I don't know if this was a hate crime. Many people are alleging that this was a hate crime, that they were targeted and that they plowed through the crowd. Because if you see the video, I can't play it because it's so graphic. The car just goes right for them, and they just up and just literally flying in the air and just hit and went down on the ground. And it's just so like literally so sad. Now one it was 4 victims altogether, but one is in the hospital. He's recovering, and the three that you see right here is gone. And it's so sad that these families have to plan funerals for their loved ones. It's just really, really sad that you can't even go to a bar and stuff like. You gotta understand, this generation is different. When you got a lot of liquor in you, this is where a lot of these clubs, they need to stop serving liquor at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock and just let people sober up before they just let them out just liquored up. And just really, really sad because fights happen. Now, I've had 2 events at the Jeffery Pub, and I remember I had security, and the security was outside telling people to go to their cars, get in their car, and go home. I had 2 events at the Jeffery Pub. Typically, but my crowd wasn't like people in their 20s. It was like in their 30s or in their 40s, somebody like that. Because that crowd was a little bit better. They act a little bit better versus the people that's in their 20s, like the young crowd. It's different. And when they have this stuff on Sunday, because there's not too many places where you can go as a Black gay male to party, because a lot of the clubs have been shut down because of the violence. And the Jeffery Pub is the longest Black LGBT bar. It's literally a bar, but they remodel it, and people could be dancing and all of that, but you're really in there. They're serving drinks, and you're just drinking and drinking and drinking. And me personally, everybody can't handle their liquor, and I do believe if they can't shut down the Jeffery Pub, they need to, cancel their liquor license. They need to take away their liquor license, because I've already reached out to the city to investigate the Jeffery Pub to take away their liquor license, because it's just terrible. That place should not come out, and we should see how this is going to play out. Now, I heard that they found a car abandoned. That was one of the rumors. I didn't see any articles on that. I was reaching out to different people in Chicago, trying to get them on my show. So if we do get a couple people to call in, we will allow them on our show in the upcoming days. So I will be opening up the phone lines, allowing them on. But it's really, really sad that this happened in front of a club that typically supposed to be for gay people. You're supposed to go there, and it's supposed to be a safe haven. And those 3 young men lost their life. Now, when I said this, the Jeffery Pub, he wrote a comment. Well, you don't know what you're talking about. My club shouldn't be shut down. I say your club should be shut down. Those 3 young men would have still been alive, because there wouldn't have been no fight. There wouldn't have been no situation. They wouldn't have been on the east side. They would have been at home. So of course your place needs to be shut down, because you taking the people money and you don't have no security outside. You just let the people fight, and then he wrote something. Let me see what he wrote. Give me a second. Let me read his statement. The Jeffery Pub. Give me a second. I'm gonna read statement. So the Jeffery Pub wrote this 3 days ago. He said, "Good morning, community. A very unfortunate, tragic event occurred early this morning after closing. A small group of people were in the street, and an unidentified vehicle drove past at a very high rate of speed, injuring several people and some deceased. Our hearts heavy this morning that such a tragic event had occurred, and to those that lost a loved one or a friend, we stand with you. We always encourage everyone to leave and go to their vehicles right away to make it home safe. And tonight this happened. If anyone has any information to assist in finding out who did this, please contact us immediately. You will remain anonymous." So that was a statement of the Jeffery Pub. But my thing is this: you need to have security outside. And the police, now when they called the police The police didn't show up until I heard 30 minutes. I read a transcript or an article. The police didn't even show up until 30 minutes later. And to show up, they didn't show up to the scene 30 minutes later. What the bar should have did once the altercation happened inside the bar, they should have called the police then and said, we have altercation, can you bring a unit? But they don't like calling the police because they make their club look bad and report it back to the city. But I complained to the city today. I'm going to complain to the alderman of that ward. And I'm going to call the city again that club should be shut down, should lose its liquor license, should be investigated. Because why didn't they call the police when it was a fight that happened in the club and it spilled outside? So you just sat there, and now you have this tragedy of these 3 young men lives are gone. And I don't know why they didn't do that. And it's just really sad. So they should have security, and the club should be shut down. Most definitely. I think the family should sue the club. And I think it should be shut down. Most definitely. It should be shut down. Now, what they're doing in Atlanta, a lot of business owners don't like it, but places where it's a lot of crime, they're going to lose their liquor license and they're going to shut the place down. So like, say for instance, you're in a strip club and it's a fight and the police are showed up and some crimes are being committed. They're trying to pass a city ordinance that you will lose your business license because of that. A lot of people in the business community don't like it. Magic City business person was mad. Killer Mike was upset. And I do believe they need something similar, I believe, in Chicago. If they don't have it, I believe they should have that, where if a crime happened outside your establishment, and a couple of crimes has been happening outside the Jeffery pub. This is not the first incident. This is just a first one that's went viral, but there's a couple of times people get jumped, car breaking into, just really, really sad that if it constantly be an incident, that the club should definitely be shut down. If they should lose their liquor license. Most definitely. Because I'm like, why in the world is y'all still having this club open at 5 o'clock in the morning, and the club's supposed to end at 2 a.m. So that's what I'm understanding. Let me see what time. Let me Google what time the club's supposed to close. What time bar supposed to close? To close in Chicago. Let me see, because I thought it was 2 a.m. This happened at 5 a.m. I'm trying to find out, because that happened at 5 a.m. I thought it was supposed to end at 2 a.m. So we definitely open up the phone lines. They said protect. Yes, definitely protect. It's really, really sad. Like, my heart is broken. Like, it's 3 young men lives are gone. Yeah, it happened at 5 a.m. Like, literally. Like, give me a second. It happened at 5 a.m. So the place should be closed. And give me a second. Let me read the article. Where's the article at? Give me a second. They said people were killed, another one injured in a hit-and-run crash in Chicago outside a famous gay bar earlier Sunday, police said. They said the Jeffery pub, they said arguments started inside the Jeffery pub, a gay bar on the Chicago side that spilled onto the street around 5 a.m. Sunday. Yeah, around 5 a.m. Sunday. The suspect in a hit and run did enter a car and commits this horrific act, striking the men who were arguing, he said. The victim was pronounced dead at Chicago hospital. So most definitely it should be shut down. So I would definitely give y'all the number that y'all need to be called and stuff like that. It's really, really sad. 3 beautiful young men lives are just gone, and my heart is broken. So anytime my heart is broken, I was like, what can I do to, bring awareness to this? And I just got on the phone with the city. I'm going to get on the phone with the city today. And I don't care if they don't have nowhere to go. Listen, it needs to be shut down. So I'm definitely going to be making a couple of more phone calls today. And I'm going to write a letter in certified mail to the alderman. And I'm going to write a letter to Lori Lightfoot, the mayor. And yes, I'm definitely going to be doing that. Why does the pub have to do with them fighting? The pub can't control. You're responsible. You're a business. You're responsible. You're literally responsible. If they're fighting your establishment, why don't you make sure that situation is split? No, you kick them out. You kick the people out at 5. It's literally at 5 a.m. You pushing them out to the streets. Like you literally, I just don't understand. So of course, the pub should be responsible. 100%. Give me a second. You don't believe it? That's just my. They should have had security sending people to their cars. That's what I said. You should have security. I've been to some clubs where the security is outside. They have security posted. This particular club, they're very cheap, and this man does, and the kill is responsible, but the club is liable as well. And he get all this money, and you don't have no security outside. Have security outside, so of course they need to be shut down. So most definitely it needs to be shut down. That's where I'm standing on. It should be shut down. The Jeffery pub should be shut down. The doors should be closed. And then it was another Club Escape, that's right across the street from Jules Osco on the east side. A person was shot. That club needs to be shut down. Right outside the club, a person was shot right outside the club. That place needs to be shut. It's raggedy, it's stank, and that place needs to be shut down as well. And that's what I'm saying. And until crowd control is a business security issue, not a police issue. If a business can't control their crowd, they lose their license. That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about. They need to have that same rule here in Chicago. That's what I'm talking about. I know I ain't making this stuff up. That's what I'm talking about. Most definitely. It needs to be shut down. Okay. What happened to support black business? That particular black business, I'm not going to support. Shut it down. Shut it down. that's what I believe. Why the club is you close it down, shut it down. Now we would definitely open up the phone lines and y'all can give y'all a point of why the club shouldn't be shut down. But like I have a couple people that said that club should have definitely been shut down for years, because it always something happened outside on that Jeffery Boulevard is already a dangerous area where the club is located. I used to live on 77 in Jeffery, and I used to take the bus to the Jeffery pub, and it's always some drama going on. But me, I'm smart. I don't wait to the club end and go outside, because that's when the most drama happen. I leave right around like 2 or 3. I leave 45 minutes before it's shut down or let out, and I go home, because that's when people go that they liquored up, they fighting and all type of stuff. I thought about having cameras and interviewing people, but it just be so much drama. And then I was real messy back in the day. I was really, really messy. So that wouldn't work. And it's always something going on. And then when I go home, they be like, wow, did you hear such and such got jumped or his car windows got busted? It's always something. So I will definitely be calling the city. And we definitely will be doing that. If you want to join me, please email me at wileyshow@gmail.com. And I will send you over some numbers so you can call. Our sole purpose is we have to the Jeffery Pub definitely need to be shut down. All right. So I'm definitely sending my condolences to the family. No GoFundMe account has been posted. If I have any information, I definitely will be donating. I don't know if I will go to any of their funerals, because I didn't know them. I probably will go to pay my respects. But I definitely will let y'all know that. But I stand on the Jeffery Pub should definitely should be shut down. And I do believe the Jeffery Pub is at fault, because they should have called the police when there's a fight that happened in that club, but they didn't. That's what I believe. So let's move on. I didn't even. Okay, let me do a poll. Press one if the Jeffery Pub should be shut down. Press one if you think the Jeffery Pub should be shut down. Press two, it should stay open. Press one, it should be shut down. Press two, it should stay open. Press one, it should be shut down. Press two, it should stay open. Press one, it should shut down. Press two, it should stay open. Press one, it should shut down. Press two, it should stay open. All right. Most people say it should shut down. So I'm going to do my job. I'm going to make sure I'm going to make it my duty that it gets shut down. Most definitely. I'm going to make it my duty that it should get shut down. All right. How y'all doing out there in these streets? So I didn't get a chance to read, thank you, R. Kelly's Girlfriend 11-page memoir, 11 pages, but I will read it tonight. But R. Kelly trial is, they already have the jurors of the side of 12 jurors. They're going to do opening statements today. So once I get more information about opening statements, I will come back live tomorrow and give you a review on that. Because this opening statements definitely are going to be opened up today. So I believe our Kelly lawyer need about an hour each. The government need about an hour. So it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot that's going on. So I'm definitely going to cover this trial. It's really, really something. So I'm definitely going to cover the trial. So we definitely going to be doing that and covering this trial. So we keep y'all updated about it. This is R. Kelly's second time in Chicago being tried for being tried, but this is not double jeopardy because they're accusing him of obstruction of justice and another charge he's been charged with. So he already got served 30 some years in federal prison, I believe. I think in New York. I think it's like 30 some years. So we're gonna see how this Chicago trial is gonna. The last time he was tried, he was acquitted. So we're definitely gonna see how this is going to play out. Yeah. Oh, y'all still commenting on it. Janet said maybe force them to have outside security and bouncers inside. Penalize them for having the cops. Penalize them for having the cops called out. But how you gonna shut them down because some did a drive-by? That could happen anywhere. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But Janet, you could definitely call in because I would love to hear y'all opinion about that. You could definitely call in and I'll drop you the link, Janet. Anybody else that disagreed with the shutdown and everything like that. And many of y'all want R. Kelly to go to jail. So press one if y'all want R. Kelly to go to jail in Chicago. Press one if y'all want R. Kelly to go to jail in Chicago. We definitely open up the phone lines. If y'all want R. Kelly to go to jail in Chicago, press one. Press two, you don't want him to go to jail. Press one if you want R. Kelly to go to jail in Chicago. Press two, you want him to be free. But no, Janet, you can most definitely call in, Janet, and get your you can definitely get your opinion. I dropped the link, Janet, if you want to come on. They said free R. Kelly. Oh man. Okay. So now we're gonna go what happened to R. Kelly publicist. Stay there and get jail wife named Bubba. Now he needs to serve his time outside of Illinois. Okay. I heard that. Better security, yes. If such high crime area, why aren't there hourly patrolling? Cops want to make high arrests. It would have been the perfect place. They could just sit and wait. Yeah, that's true. That's really true. So let me go ahead on to the next topic here. Give me a second because I want to get to this. Hold on one second. Okay. Now, Miss Robbie finally served Philly Phil the paperwork she had been served. Miss Robbie paid for the process server to in Arkansas to knock on Philly Phil door. She was served with the paperwork. And when I read the paperwork, Shanice Cody is definitely the one that's at fault. I don't really see how Philly Phil is at fault other than she had a YouTube channel and it got 200,000 clicks. Maybe that could be at fault of Miss Robbie's reputation. But Miss Robbie said her reputation has been tarnished. And she said it was a 9-page court document that Miss Robbie is saying that her reputation has been tarnished and that she is suing. She wants a jury trial. She wants this to go to trial in front of a jury. She has served Philly Phil with the paperwork. So now Philly Phil have to get an attorney in St. Louis to defend her in civil court. They got Shanice Cody. They served her with the paperwork. That was the old lady. That was the auntie. They served her. And they served Philly Phil. Okay. And when I tell you, I was like, wow, they served her with the paperwork. So this is real. Because at first, if they ain't served you, they just talking. They actually served her with the paperwork. And then Philly Phil asked her to go. And Philly Phil was like, y'all hear from Miss Robbie? She was like, they was like, how do you know? I was like, I just know they served her. And my thing is this, I wish that Philly Phil would have took down the video, but she didn't. The video is still up. The video is still up with 200 and some thousand views. 200 and some thousand views. And so now she is accusing her that it's that Miss Robbie is saying that, you know, she lied about the Ike Turner. She's claiming that, and I do believe Ike Turner smashed Miss Robbie. I do believe that. I do believe Miss Robbie can suck a good corn on the cob. I do believe that Miss Robbie smashed Ike Turner. I do believe that in my heart of hearts. You know, I do believe, allegedly, I do believe they got it. I do believe her and Ike Turner got it on a couple of times. All right. Anyway, I'm just saying I do believe in my humble opinion. But you know, she put in the paperwork that they said that she had sex with Ike Turner. So I read the paperwork as she was going along. Once I was getting off work, I'm literally in my car listening to Philly Phil go over the paperwork. Now I don't want to get sued, but I do believe that she ride on Ike Turner opinion. I do believe that. I do believe that. And if she want to sue me, she go ahead and sue me. But that's what I believe. It's what my belief. You can't get me for my belief. I believe it. Because Ike Turner, I mean, even Tina would say that Ike slept with Ikeettes and Miss Robbie was an Ikeette. So he smashed her. I do believe she must have made him a good sweet potato pie when Miss Robbie with that big booty was in that kitchen making that good fried chicken. And Ike just gave him, yeah, she just riding on Ike P. I do believe it. So in my humble opinion, now of course Ike Turner is not here to defend himself. He, you know what I'm saying, he's in the afterlife. So he's not here to defend himself. But I do believe once Miss Robbie was shaking her butt, making that fried chicken, singing them notes, I do believe that Ike Turner smashed her. I do believe it. And that's what I do, because you got to understand, y'all looking at Miss Robbie in her 80s. I'm looking at Miss Robbie when she was in her 20s. That's a different woman than when she is in her 80s. Okay? I'm just saying. So I'm just saying, y'all, oh, she would never do. Y'all looking at Miss Robbie when she's 80 in her mid 80s. I'm looking at Miss Robbie in her 20s. That woman was in there cooking that fried chicken, making that macaroni and cheese, and giving Ike Turner the works. All right? Was giving the works. They was making love in the bedroom. And, you know, Tina was somewhere doctoring up her eye because, you know, she got knocked out. And he seen Miss Robbie in that kitchen. And he just, I could just in my mind that Ike is giving her doggy style in the kitchen. I can see that. Just doggy style in the kitchen while Tina Turner was in the other room, doctoring up her nose and her eye with an ice pack. Miss Robbie's get the doggy style on Ike Turner. That's what I believe. Now, if I get a lawsuit, if I get served with some paperwork, then we will have to address it in the courtroom and stuff like that. And I will say, Your Honor, in all due respect, Your Honor, I will have to serve Tina Turner with some paperwork to be my witness that and put her under oath. Did she know that Miss Robbie and Ike was getting it on? So I will have to bring Tina Turner as a witness. Now, I don't want this to go to Miss Robbie and I get sued. But if I do get sued, we answer it. I'm not worried about a civil lawsuit. Who cares? That's civil. That ain't criminal. That's a civil suit. Who cares about a civil suit? I'm gonna sit down, communicate. And if she's serving with some paperwork, we would definitely broadcast it in the courtroom. And I will say, Your Honor, I do believe that she was getting on with Ike Turner. He was tapping at it. Pop, 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 pop. That's what I believe, Your Honor. And it is good in front of that. Okay. So we are definitely they definitely had dinner planning there. You got a good team out here. Yes, we are prepared if we get a lawsuit. All right. Ms. Robbie don't mind Wiley. He's just trolling. Please don't sue us. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. See, I know Ms. Robbie. Mm-hmm. Oh man. And Miss Robbie got a song called Is It My Stuff Good Enough? That's right there. She was singing that to Ike. I'm just telling you. Okay? Don't worry. We'll get Miss Olga. We'll put Miss Olga on retainer. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Got the hiccups. Whew. Ain't my stuff. Hey, y'all. The revived version of WAP. Okay. So I'm gonna open up the phone lines. Okay, I want to definitely open up these phone lines. If y'all are free, y'all can open up, y'all can talk about it on this morning show. I'm so glad to be back, but I do believe that. I could just see Miss Robbie now spreading the wide open Ike Turner. But that's what Shanice Cody said. That's what Shanice Cody said. She said that Ike didn't hire anybody that he didn't screw. And I think Ike took Tina Turner to a brothel. And knowing Ike, he probably screwed Tina Turner and Miss Robbie at the same time. Probably was a good threesome. Could be. Just saying. And y'all don't send it to Miss Robbie and I get a lawsuit now. Also, we'll do a GoFundMe and you all will definitely give that $30,000 GoFundMe. We will get a good attorney. Give me a second. I'll open up these phone lines. Moderators, if y'all can post the number 646-716-8447.
Your show now, press 1.
Your show is scheduled to start in 38 seconds.
All right, 38 seconds. Oh, they mad. But a lot of people believe it. Y'all looking at Miss Robbie in her 80s. Like, you gotta say, like, when I go back to my grandmother's age, like when they were in their 20s, in their teens, because
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4.
All right, the phone lines is open. 646-716-8447. They said, "Oh, it can defend you." Mrs. Robbie is about to call in and bless your soul. Uh, like, does she really have a case? In all honesty, I don't think she have a case for Philly Phil. The lady Shanice Cody, she probably got a stronger case against Shanice Cody than she do with Philly Phil, because Shanice Cody was the one that said that Miss Robbie had something to do with her grandson's death. But that Shanice Cody was spilling tea. I do not see how Philly Phil would be, someone have to be liable, unless they're just going to get her on the premise of her releasing the video. We shall see how that's going to play out. Now we have the phone lines open up. The number is 646-716-8447. If you want to call in, that is the number. 0172, calling you on air.
Wiley, listen to this.
Okay.
You're saying that Miss Robbie shouldn't sue Philly Phil, but she should, because she's the one who opened the airways for someone to come on her line and spread these news. So if she didn't do it, if she didn't have her, her blog open for people to call in and say stuff, then they wouldn't say it on her line. They would say it somewhere else. So yes, they both should be sued. And I am glad that Cardi opened the airways for people to know that they could sue people for talking crap about them. I'm glad. Now everybody needs to start suing you bloggers for telling lies on people, spreading news that's not right. Before, everybody spread each, because you do it too. You spread other people's news without even getting the right thing. You said, and saying allegedly doesn't mean anything, Did you know that? Keep saying allegedly. That really does not mean anything. You could still get sued by saying allegedly. So people need to stop spreading false rumors on people that they don't even verify the story before they start spreading it. So yes, and it's gonna stop, because you know what? Everybody's gonna start suing, and even if they don't win, just by the fact that they have to spend money to get lawyers and all of that, gonna prevent them from trying to get a lawsuit on them, because it costs a lot of money to get a lawyer to go through all these things.
Well, for me,
yes.
I would defend myself if I was Philly Phil, because me, caller, she just had to show we don't have control on who's going to call in and spill tea. She didn't know that Shanice Cody, and she don't even know that Shanice Cody person. Obviously, Ms. Robbie know that Shanice Cody person. Obviously, that Shanice Cody person was telling some truth, other than we wouldn't have this lawsuit. Now, this is very petty. You don't think that this petty, that Ms. Robbie is suing, but yet her son is accused of killing his nephew? Like, shouldn't that be having focus on that other than suing a YouTuber? I'm just trying to understand.
Maybe she's focused on that too, but that doesn't mean that a YouTuber should go ahead and have someone call into her show and spread these rumors. Yes, she cannot control what the callers do, but at the same time, she prolong it and have it keep going on and on. Once you realize that this person is saying this, stop it right there and say,
You don't believe that Ms. Robbie and Ike Turner didn't get it on? You don't believe that they got it on? Because, Ike screwed anything that was walking. Especially,
and if they do, it's nobody's business.
I'm just asking you. You don't believe that Ike Turner smashed Miss Robbie? I believe that she cooked us some fried chicken and some and some baby back ribs. He tapped that. Now, if I get a lawsuit, I would defend myself. We're not scared of lawsuits. You do this long enough, you'll get a lawsuit. Who cares? I'll move to Florida somewhere, right?
Wait. Let me go to R. Kelly. R. Kelly. Everybody keeps saying, oh, yeah, let them lock up R. Kelly. In that case, they need to lock up all these religious leaders, these priests and these pervert pastors and all of them that molesting these little choir boys and all these scout leaders and all those people, they all need to go to jail too, but they're all there. All these Catholic priests and all of them, all they do is molest them little boys. So all of them need to go to jail also, not only R. Kelly. Everybody focus on R. Kelly. This girl went to R. Kelly's place. Yes, she was young, but what the hell are you doing in a grown man's place? She went there because I saw the video. So, all these things, like, come on. They need to focus on all these priests and elders and people who are molesting children because they're out there doing it. Nobody's focused on them. Everybody go to church and praise them every Sunday, give them their money, and turn a blind eye to what they see them doing. But people have to jump on the bandwagon of everything that's going on to anybody. They just like, oh, yeah, let me jump on this bandwagon. That lady need to sue, and they need to leave R. Kelly alone. Let him come sing Step in the Name of Love and all these nice songs that he sings. I love me some R. Kelly.
All right.
And yes, I have 2 daughters, and they will not find themselves in R. Kelly's place.
All right. Well, we thank you so very much for calling in. Wow. She said she loves R. Kelly. All right. 0987, good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, yes.
Okay, so I just wanted to call and talk about people suing other people because of things that they say are rumors or alleged. But I just want people to remember that Tasha K's case was very weird, even to attorneys. Attorneys even thought if her attorneys would have approached her case differently, she wouldn't be in this position that she's in. So, and then too, it's just like, are you going to sue everybody? I mean, like, everybody has had rumors, lies, and things said about them, then everybody in the damn world will be rich. There's a difference when you're spreading rumors that are absolutely false, like the young man, not young man, but the old white guy that said that Sandy Hook wasn't real. Those kids didn't have a life for him to say that. You know what I'm saying? But in Cardi B's case, it was things to me that her lawyers could have used, even though some of the stuff that her lawyers tried to admit into court was inadmissible, but there were other things that they could have used to help her. Those are 2 totally different situations when you're saying rumors and lies. And, that's all I wanted to say.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in. People got their opinion. The number is 646-716-8447 is the number. We're talking about Ms. Robbie and we're talking about R. Kelly. What y'all got to say? 1942, caller, you on air.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I just wanted to say it should have been stuck on just Tim and the people who were involved. It shouldn't have been nobody who has something to say. Like, it's her platform, and I do listen to some of it, and some of it I felt like wow, like I didn't know some of this stuff was going on, and it made me feel different about Miss Robbie. And so whether it was true or not, I know I wouldn't want somebody to spread rumors about me like that. And some of it was, how can I say it? Some of it was even where they were accused of the parole people. It was things that was said that she has bodies on her hand. Like, that's not nothing to be played with. I'm just gonna keep it real with you.
Well, how do we not know that that's not true? Because we don't know how Ms. Robbie
I understand
back in her 20s. Because that's what Shanice Cody said. My thing is this: she never even said her name, and she's named in a lawsuit. So, do you think that Shanice Cody, the lady, do you think that the lady has some truth about Ms. Robbie? Because I believe she was telling the truth.
Whether she did or not, I listened to a lot of things, and to me, it should have been just stuck on Tim and the people who were involved. it should have never got that far because she was saying, "Oh yeah, okay," like you were edging it on, like you wanted to hear it. How is that helping? I understand justice for Dre, but how is that doing justice for Dre? To me, that's just being nosy. That's not justice for Dre at all. I'm just gonna keep it right real with you. So what I'm saying to you is, if that was me, I would feel some type of way. Honestly, I would, because my name is out there like that. I'm not saying it's true, and it's not true. It's not for me to say if it's true or not. But it should have been strictly, I seen this coming. I did, because, like I said, it's her platform, and guess what? People are not going for that. I'm not saying she was right. I'm not taking up for anybody, or I'm not putting anybody down. But guess what? It's her platform, and you allowed that to happen. So that's why I just seen it coming, because I was like, oh my God. At times I would watch it like, oh my God, are you serious? Like, wow, this is not justice for Dre at all. So it's just, to me, it was just being nosy. Like, I don't care what happened. I lost a son. You think I care about what you think somebody care about? I wouldn't care what nobody say about me at that particular time. But I'm not everybody. But I'm just saying, I just seen it. I just seen it coming. Like you were too invested in this, and it was just like I just said, oh my God. Even if people wanted to prosecute somebody, I don't know whether it's too late or not. But guess what? It was just, she left things wide open for people to look at, even the FBI to look at stuff. I mean, if I was them, the way I could get my information, all I gotta do is go to Philly Phil Show. I'm just gonna keep it real.
But Philly Phil didn't do anything wrong. Do you believe that Ike Turner and Miss Robbie had a sexual relationship?
But guess what? I don't care. That's not my business. I don't care.
I just asked you a question. It's a question. You a woman. Do you believe it in yourself?
I don't know. It could have happened. It could have happened. You know, back in the day, hey, because I'm 60-some years old. Back in the day, you know, we don't know what happened. You know, for the movie that I saw, I was more mad why nobody helped her. You know what I'm saying? If y'all, how you say, why didn't they come in and step in and help her? That was my concern. If she was getting her ass whooped, excuse me, I'm sorry. Look, but I'm just saying. But I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. But I just don't understand how this relates to justice for Dre. It doesn't to me.
I think it more so give you a history of Miss Robbie and the family and murder. It gives you the history of that, of people in that family. And I don't think that Philly Phil did anything. Me personally, I don't think she did anything wrong. I think that she should countersue Miss Robbie for harassment.
Number one, she should have took that video down.
You think so?
Hell yeah. Listen to me. Before you go to court, they usually they can see if they can sell it out of court. All she had to do was take that video down and say, you know what, I'm sorry for what happened, you know, whatever the case may be. And guess what? I guarantee you, Miss Robbie probably wouldn't have sued her. She probably would have thought twice. Now I'm gonna be honest with you about that. She should have taken that video down. You left it up. Sure, it ran. I don't know. Like my son says, it gives you all these little views or whatever. The hell with them views. I would have took that video down. I would have took it down last week, by last Friday. Then she got served Monday with the papers now, didn't she? Okay.
Yeah, she got served.
I would have done the
She
same
got served.
thing.
Me personally, I wouldn't have took it down or anything. I stand on free speech. I stand on what I say on my show. And that was Shanice Cody that said these things, not Philly Phil.
No, I get that. Trust me, I get it. But it still is your platform. And you should say, you know what? All those callers that was calling, talking about Miss Robbie and talking about this and that, you should say, look, no, let's keep it on Tim. Now the guy who called about Tim, okay, I get that. He could tell it all. But for Miss Robbie, that lady is 80-some years old. She done been through it, and she doesn't have to tell us anything about how she feel about her grandson or whatever. Sure, she might be grieving. We don't know how she's grieving. We don't know what she's saying to the mother of the boy. We don't know. But I'm just saying it went too far. I'm sorry, it went too far.
She's in her 80s now, but she was a young woman once. So I think people are.
No, but listen. She's old now. She's 80-some years old. She's like she's not even in her right mind right now. She's going through it. So let's just leave her alone right now. Look, just leave that lady alone. But it's too late now. You know what I'm saying? It's too late.
Do you think that Ms. Robbie's gonna win in court?
Now that's another subject, because she's so upscale. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, to win this, you better have a damn good lawyer. I mean, just get a good lawyer. That's all I'm gonna say. And she's gonna need a lot of money. So her viewers, if they real viewers to her, they're gonna step in and give her something. And I'm gonna donate something myself to her. So what I'm saying to you is, I'm not upset with Philly Phil. I just wish she had to stop some of the things that was going on. You know what I'm saying? And just, you just kept it on Tim. Kept it on the people who did the stuff. Like I said, this is not no justice for Dre at all. Getting into Miss Robbie's business, that's not justice for Dre. Now, Tim, yes. Tell us about what he used to do. Tell him about him back in the day. Then I go along with that. But like I said, anyway, good morning. I just called to say, how I feel,
All right, good morning. Make sure you donate to the Philly Phil Legal Defense Fund.
I got her.
Okay.
I got it.
Well, we thank you so very much for you calling in. The number is 646-716-8447. If we have any form of Ike want to call in, and we got any Ike Turner band members that have any information on Miss Robbie and Ike Turner, call in. The number is 646-716-8447. All right, let's go to another caller. 2984, caller, you're on air.
Hello, good morning. Hey, Wiley, how are you?
Good morning. I'm doing good.
That's good. I had to laugh because I'm like, I was like trying not to picture it in my head when you were talking about I turned it.
He was bidding Miss Robbie over. See, y'all looking at Miss Robbie, her being in her 80s. I'm looking at Miss Robbie back when she was in her 20s. That's a different Miss Robbie.
Oh my gosh, it was like, oh my gosh, no, he did not just say that. But I mean, the comedic part, it's funny when you think about it, because but this is the thing, like, let's not pretend. We're not going to pretend and act like Ike Turner was not notorious for having affairs. Everyone knows he was abusive, but we're not going to pretend like this man was not notorious for having affairs. Even in What's Love Got to Do with It, that movie was signed and approved by Tina Turner herself, where you saw him in the movie in that scene on a plane where he was on one of the Ikettes. So I'm like, come on, like people are like really. And that previous lady that called in, like, Miss, please, this was a movie. They got nominated for Oscars for playing that role, and that was signed and stamped of approval with Miss Tina Turner herself. So which I get it was on the plane. We don't know, but I feel like from Ms. Robbie's standpoint, the only reason I could see her denying it, maybe it's because she does still have some type of relationship with Tina Turner. Maybe they still talk here and there. And maybe she just doesn't want to, just bring up old, things like that. Or maybe she feels like it would be embarrassing or whatever. That's the only thing. Because I'm like, why not? But then again, she does come from the old schools. Like, don't talk about, things that happen, and let's hush, that's not safe. But I mean, it was displayed in a movie. So come on now. So we're not going to sit here and play and pretend. You're not going to play in our faces, Miss Robbie, and act like, that was not possible. Okay, so who was it? Okay, Miss Robbie, if it wasn't you and they lied on you and you didn't have an affair with Eternal, which I get was it, Miss Robbie? Who was it? Okay, so we want to know. Okay, why the Wiley Show wants to know. Okay, which one was it? Okay, so I mean, that's all I really had to comment on. And I mean, I understand she has a reputation and a business to uphold. Another thing I did want to mention before I go is she did an interview with the Black Enterprise. And in that interview, they were asking her, they were like, what is going on with the case? Where does the case stand? She talked about at the time, it was at a standstill. This was back in 2021. And one of the things that she mentioned, she specifically said, these are her quotes, that this interview was published. She said, "That's my son. I mean, it's like a marriage. Till death do us part. I can't get him back. When kids get in trouble," because these are these words that she's throwing out. It's like, okay, what's the other meaning behind that? When kids get in trouble, they're still your kids, no matter what happens. I'm still his mom. So right there, I mean, she said some other things, but right there, she's already, saying, okay, this is my son, no matter what. She said, no matter what happens, no matter what. Then she said, let's not forget, or she said, he still hasn't been charged. They say he still has not been, she said, because like I say, these are her words, because like I say, he hasn't been found guilty, but the world beat him up. So what are you saying? Because he hasn't been found guilty, he should be released? Okay, so she's already saying right there that no matter what, okay, her son comes first. And then but the thing is, I understand, because I'm a mother too, you have love for your kids and everything, but why are you comparing your relationship with your child to a marriage? Like, I don't understand that. Like, why is she comparing it to it? She said, that's my son. I mean, it's like a marriage. How is your relationship with your child like a marriage? I don't understand that. So I was like, what is she talking about, like a marriage? So it's just till death do us part. Yes, that's going to be your child for your lifetime, regardless, whatever their relationship is. But I just thought that was really weird that she would compare her relationship to her son to a marriage. So that just goes to show that this is really deep, for her, like the nature of her and Tim's relationship. But it also sounds like it's unhealthy, like that's my son. I mean, it's like a marriage. Like, what does that mean? Like a marriage, till death do us part. Okay, so what part of a marriage are you what in terms of values, things that you maybe established as a married couple? What are you taking out of that and putting into your relationship with your son that makes it like a marriage? Like, I'm curious to know. Like, I would love for her to explain that further. So that whole situation it's really sad. But I mean, right there, she made it known that, her son is going to come first. She said, no matter what happens, she's going to support her son.
And that's clearly what she said. So it's really something hearing all this stuff about Miss Robbie. Obviously something in the pot is not cooked all the way, because that Shanice Cody, that lady, she named her in a lawsuit. She know what she say. She served her. If you listen to that Philly Phil episode, I don't know if you listened to the episode that went viral with the 200-some thousand viewership. And to the people that's listening, do y'all believe that to be true? Do you believe that Miss Robbie had something to do with her grandson's murder, or do you believe that she was a thought back in the day, giving Ike Turner the goods. Somebody just sent me a picture of Miss Robbie. She was a bad woman back in the day in her. So Ike Turner tapped that. I need to call. I need to get Tina. If y'all have Tina Turner number, send me the number because I know she's living out of the country right now. I would love to call and ask her. I would love to call her and ask her, but
But you know what? Miss Robbie's like one of those old school women who like you may go over their house for like some tea or oh yeah, let's have tea or let's have lunch. And she may give you a glass of wine and you sitting outside on the porch and you talking and those types of things come up. But it's like, oh yeah, and back in my day, she's like, she's not, I don't see her publicly coming forth and spilling the tea about all of the things that went on or even the nature of her relationship with Ike Turner. But I'm not going to, be in denial. Nothing I don't think anything happened because come on, it was well known what Ike Turner was about. And honestly, that may have been a part of the interview process. Oh, okay, you can sing. Oh, okay, good. You like, okay, come and step in this side room over here. So it's like things went on like that all the time back then. It was like normal. So I'm not, I would not be surprised at all. And I would not put it past, any of the backup singers or dancers and that was a part of the Ike and Tina Turner. I can't say that's cheap for sure, but come on, people are really that previous caller, come on, man. Like it was in the movie. So
yeah, and I would love to call if y'all around Miss Robbie, or Tina Turner. I would love to have a conversation with her because Tina knows she in Switzerland. I can get on one of her days. She's going to chemotherapy and she still could call in. She's not gone. She's still here. If y'all have her publicist number, give it to me so we can definitely have this conversation about.
I wonder if they still talk though.
I don't know.
I wonder if they still like talk and have a tea. Like, hey, how you doing? Like, how you doing? Okay. I can see that. I can see them still talking and maybe having a key. Over the phone. Tina Turner obviously is out of the country, but I can see them still having some type of communication with one another.
I definitely can see that
that's
too.
The only thing I can think of a reason why she would be so protective of of that, because that's your history. No, who's going to really judge her for her saying, yeah, Ike and we had some, but that was like, who's going to? Come on, look how long ago that was. That woman moved on. Tina Turner's married. Come on, who's going to really judge you or say, come on? I just think it's, yeah. So that's all I have to say, Wiley.
Thank you so much for calling in on this lovely morning. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. The number is 646-716-8447, 6040, last four. You live on air.
Hi, good morning, Wiley. Good morning, everybody. Wiley, you on here trolling this morning, and you need to stop.
I'm not on here trolling. I'm just giving
Wiley, you is trolling because Philly Phil was dead wrong for letting that lady stay on that line.
I don't think so.
Without verifying your facts.
How can you verify you have a live show and you can't verify everybody that called in? She called in, she spilled the tea, and the people was listening.
And I understand that part. Yes, you have a live show and you have callers that call in and say what they need to say. But when that lady called in on your platform and she started to say those things like Tim Norman, like Miss Robbie brother cut a white woman head off and cut a white woman head off and wore it as a belt buckle. Philly Phil, you know better than that. You know better than that. You should have cut that lady off the line. You should have told that lady, thank you so much, ma'am, for calling in. But I can't continue to say. And at first I felt bad for her until I went back and started looking at her video titles. And then I realized, like, at this point, Philly Phil knows exactly what she's doing. And I just went to her page, and just last week, she had a video that said, Tim Norman's father, neighbor friend calls in and tells us how Tim Norman was. Tim Norman didn't even know his father. Tim Norman's daddy was dead before he even was born. Like, she should have stopped this mess. Like, I am, and I'm from St. Louis. So I'm not gonna, I'm sorry, but I don't feel sorry for her at all. People don't understand when they go too far with stuff. At this point, Philly Phil, she wasn't just, I don't think Miss Robbie minds her talking about this case, because everybody on YouTube is doing updates on the Tim Norman case. Everybody in St. Louis is following the case, but nobody is sitting up there making clickbait, slanderous titles to get views for people to come in. And you're talking like you got interviews with these people, and these not even people. They third party of a fifth party. It's nobody that's really directly involved in the party. So I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for Philly Phil. She knew exactly what she was doing.
But my
She's
thing is
not
this:
getting any of my money.
Miss Robbie knew who the lady was, Shanice Cody. So maybe
Wiley, go back and look. That lady has called in that show 5 times. She called in that show 5 times. And on one of the shows I had watched, it was about 3 hours. I think it's something called StreamYard. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Where you can click the link and they come on the screen or something.
Uh-huh.
After she called in that first time and said all of that, when she called back in that second time, she came in through StreamYard. And Philly Phil was like, get our life insurance. Was like, yeah, I went and verified all the claims. Ma'am, how did you verify those claims? You didn't put up not a newspaper article on this.
Smooth man. What did they say? Iceman? Iceman was a smooth man.
Wiley, she said, Miss Robbie brother. She said, yeah, I got a source in St. Louis. Let me get a lady clicked in online. She said, yeah, I'm from St. Louis. I grew up with all of them. Miss Robbie brother, yeah, he was known in the hood. He cut off this white woman's head and wore it as a belt buckle.
So you're saying that you don't have any sympathy for Philly Phil, though she okay.
Because Wiley, that's like you allowing somebody to come on your platform and slander somebody. That person is not going to get the suit. It's going to be you, because this is your platform. So when somebody, and I understand these are live shows and you cannot filter what somebody say, but when somebody calls in with those type of accusations, I would expect people like, I don't know if, do you go by like blogger or, I don't know, like I'm just gonna say blogger.
Okay.
You as a blogger should say, okay, ma'am, let me cut you off right here. Hit me in the back channel and give me all of your information so that I can go do my own research, and then we can come back and air this information. Because somebody is going to have to be liable for the slander that was taking place on that show.
Because
and unfortunately,
she sued
Philly Phil.
I know, but she sued both of them. She sued Shanice Cody. That's the older lady, Shanice Cody.
I'm sure honestly, she got that lady. I'm sure honestly, she got that lady name from Philly Phil, because Philly Phil had that lady on the show 5 times.
Really?
And I'm sure first Philly Phil was go back and look at the videos, Wiley. I'm telling you, that lady called in 5 times.
But the lady,
and I'm seeing on her channel, I'm looking on my second phone, and it looks like she's trying to clean up her channel a little bit, but it's like, girl, the mess is already there. People was already talking about it, Philly.
And I think that Miss Robbie, she was being questioned in St. Louis about this, because a lot of people from St. Louis has been calling Philly Phil. But my thing is this: were you entertained by it? I was entertained by it. And I don't know if Miss Robbie have a case against, because again, this is going in front of the judge. I don't know if Miss Robbie have a case against Philly Phil, because she only named that one video where she said Miss Robbie, Tin Norman's father, best friend, wife called in and spilled tea on the bed.
Wiley, now you know that sounds crazy. That's why you can't do nothing but laugh, because it sounds crazy. Like Philly Phil, give it up, sweetie. Stop this foolishness. And it's very much clear that you don't have the money to go up against this lady. It's very much clear that you don't have the money to go up against this lady, because if you did, you will not be asking for help with your legal fees. And I don't feel like you should ask your people for the legal fees. Now, yes, I get it. Sometimes these callers do set these bloggers up and get them in some mess. But at the end of the day, as a blogger, this is your platform. This is your platform. Don't let nobody set you up to get sued. She should have told that lady, ma'am, hold the line. I'm gonna get you on a back channel or something. You send me everything you know, and I'm gonna go and check this out. Because the lady was the third party of the fifth party was saying this was in the news. I'm sure you could have went and found the old news article or something.
My thing is this:
Phil, you had nothing, and you ran 5 videos on it.
My thing is this, and this is going on. And of course, this got to go in front of a judge. We should see how this is going to play out. I think Ms. Robbie should have gave Philly Phil a cease and desist, and then maybe Philly could have took down the video if she wanted to. But me personally, I'm a blogger. Keep the video up, keep getting the clicks and views, and take it all the way to court. It's civil, all right?
Yeah, but here's the thing, Wiley. I get that because you're looking at it on the end of, if I keep the videos up and I don't settle and I go to court, you trying to do that Tasha K method. And sometimes that Tasha K method get a hold of $4 million in your behind that you cannot cash, like Tasha K. So, and we know Philly Phil don't have half the subscribers Tasha K got. So we know she really not getting a lot of money over there. So sometimes it is best to just throw in the towel and say, yeah, she got this. Let me remove these videos and go on to the next story. She's not saying don't cover my son's case, because if that's the case, she would have sent cease and desist to everybody on YouTube that's been following that case. So she's not saying that. I don't think she cared about people covering that case, but it became slanderous when Philly Phil was accusing that lady of being a part of Andre's murder. And that's just not the case. That's not the case. And even when that lady called in when that lady called into the show, that lady still had facts wrong about Andre. And I don't think Philly Phil should have set up there and ran that. I don't think she should have ran with that. I don't think that she should have continued to let that lady call into her show 5 times and continue to slander Miss Robbie's name, because at the end of the day, you're going to get the blowback for that. Not that lady, but fortunately, but I know Philly Phil gave that lady name up. Because she probably said, if I'm going down, I'm not going down alone.
No, I don't think she did, because it was an article that was released. And of course, Philly Phil didn't give a statement. But I think Miss Robbie, people knew who the lady was. And they know she's living in St. Louis. They know her address.
That article came after Philly Phil was served.
No, Philly Phil was just served. She was just served like yesterday.
No. That article came after it was announced that Philly Phil was getting sued.
Yes.
When she originally sent that cease and desist to Philly Phil should have stopped then.
I don't think
Philly Phil don't got no money to pull a Tasha K.
I think Philly Phil should defend herself. She didn't do anything wrong. Go in front of that judge and let him know. Listen, and I think the judge would tell her to settle it.
Buddy, if you gonna fry ticket place for Philly Phil,
you know what? I may give to the legal defense fund, because I think it's just good entertainment. I want to see Miss Robbie in the courtroom. suing Philly Phil, and I definitely want to. I am going to the courtroom just to see that Shanice Cody, if she even show up, because she's older herself. She's in her.
That lady is ducking. That lady ducking smoke. That lady trying to duck a lawsuit too. She don't want to be sued either.
So I say go through it all, defend yourself, and people are giving. Chronicle Speaks gave $100. She just raised 1,000. She asked for 5,000.
Wiley, $100 ain't even gas money. We know that.
I know, but my thing is this: to the callers that call in, the callers should give at least $200 per person because they be calling in. Like Philly Phil be doing good, and then the callers call in and they make the show giving all the mess.
No, sir. No, sir, Wiley. Don't be over here. Look, the producers, we ain't frying no chicken for Philly Phil. We not gonna do the can't bury your loved one funeral special. Gotta get out here and sell chicken and fish plates and sodas with a slice of cake. We not doing it. We not frying chicken and fish for Philly Phil over here. We just gonna sit back and look what we gonna sit back and watch the color of the wall, baby. We not doing that. Cause we ain't got time. $100 for an attorney. What that's gonna do, Wiley?
So she gave it to her the fund. She's actually
public defenders that come to court with that big suit on that be hanging up.
She's asked for 5.
That's how you know when your lawyer looks like that, you going to jail.
She's asked for $5,000. So her callers and the people should come together. Her subscribers should come together and pay that. Because she did offer entertainment. Now, she did not take any phone calls when she was reading the paperwork of her being served with the court documents.
I already knew what she done got into now. She ain't taking them phone calls now because she know what she done got into.
So I will.
And now it's becoming overwhelming. $5,000 for attorney is no money, Wiley.
It's no money for an attorney.
$5,000 for attorney is to just get the case started.
Yeah,
we don't know how long the case gonna go.
That's
court is backed up due to COVID and everything.
That's true. So I will be going to the courtroom, sitting in there, giving my support, being in the audience, taking my notes, because I want to know. I'm going to be in there, and I do believe the judge is going to tell him to settle it. And I think one of the settlements, and Ms. Robbie can be petty and say, I don't want to settle. I want to take it all the way. I want punitive damages because my reputation has been damaged.
You got Philly Phil up in your chat. So, this woman is wrong on all facts. I was just served Monday. Miss Philly, log out, baby. Log out.
She was just
selling chicken plates for you.
She was just served.
We're not helping you get your 5,000
with the paper.
You can't do it, ma'am.
She was just served with the paperwork. My thing is this. With that Shanice Cody person show up because she was the one that said all the stuff, not Philly Phil. And my thing, because Shanice Cody, the lady,
it was on Philly Phil's platform.
Okay,
Philly Phil is the one with a public platform. Allegedly, does not keep you from getting sued.
Well, that allegedly doesn't. We all know that. We all know that because of the Tasha K and Cardi B situation. But we're going to see how this is going to play out because I don't know how this going to. I don't know if Ms. Robbie is going to go to court. I'm definitely going to be there. But let's be clear, what was said, I do believe some of the stuff that Shanice Cody was saying to be factual. I feel it in my soul.
You don't believe the part about the IKEA part.
I believe that because somebody just sent me a picture of Miss Robbie when she was an Ike. She was skinny. I mean, body yaddy yaddy.
Okay, and here's the thing. Even if that's the case,
because that was named in the paperwork. That was named in the paperwork where they said adulterous lifestyle. She named that in the complaint with the lawsuit with Philly Phil. So she named that in the complaint. And I believe how would you know that that's not the truth? Because they can't bring Ike Turner to the stand, but they damn sure can go to his words he said in an interview where Tina Turner would say that Ike was screwed Ike Eds. So I'm just saying.
I mean, that was implied during the movie that Ike, messed with some of the Ike Eds. So one thing that I'm not going to judge this lady about is being promiscuous. You know, them musicians were sleeping around with everybody back then. That's not no news to me. But what's funny to me is you allowing somebody to come on there to her brother cut somebody's head off and wore it as a belt buckle. Ma'am.
Did that happen? Was that smooth? Was that smooth, man? Because I think they said it was smooth, man.
Wiley, I don't know. I'm done. Let Philly Phil hop on the line and defend herself. Just tell her we ain't serving tickets for her.
I believe that caller because I believe it. I don't know if he read it as a belt buckle, but wow, that was a lot. And the lawyers listened to it because Ms. Robbie must have paid her lawyers good money to listen to the playback because they named it in the complaint. They named a lot of stuff in the complaint. So we said we it was about 9 pages, I believe. So we definitely are. My support is with Philly Phil because she's a blogger, she's a commentator, and I think she should take this all the way. It's good promotion, good marketing, because people are talking about Philly Phil channel, and she can definitely be up at the level with Tasha K if she play her cards right. I will continue to open up the phone lines. You already have a lawsuit. I mean, how many more lawsuits can you get? And it's going to be a process before the judge gets to see the case because everything is backed up. And then also, Philly Phil is reporting on Tim Norman's because his trial started in September. So are you going to be so you know what I'm saying? So I'm here for it all. But again, you can't control what the callers. You just can't control what they say on these lines. It's a live show and it's entertainment because if a good caller call in right now spilling tea about her and Ike X and all that, I'll keep the line rolling. I'll be laughing, energizing. I'm gonna keep the line rolling because this is a one in a lifetime opportunity to get these type of people on the line. I didn't know that lady called in to Philly Phil's show 5 times. I didn't know that because I only heard the infamous clip, the one that she named in that Miss Robbie named in a lawsuit. I only heard that clip.
Philly channel, and you will see those clickbait titles that she was doing. I'm sorry, but Philly Phil is not innocent. Philly Phil is not innocent in this. And again, the producers, we ain't selling chicken for her.
No, I'm not gonna cut. No, I will not cut the caller off if she has some. If it was Ike at or a former member or Ike Turner band member, I won't cut him off. I will let him talk. Or even if Tina Turner call in, I will most definitely allow her.
You need to cut the caller off, okay? Because if they calling in saying that, you need to tell them, hit me on the back channel. You need to send some proof.
Okay.
Before I run with that.
Okay, so if they send,
you need to send some proof. Before I run with that, the producers is trying to keep you from getting our show sued.
Getting a lawsuit.
Don't do Tasha K and Philly Phil.
But me personally, if I were to get a cease and desist, honestly, I will remove the video. I would. I probably would. But if that video is at 6 million and I'm making a good money off it, I won't remove it. If I'm making good money off of it, but if they say take the video down, blah blah blah. But then again, that means anybody could write a cease and desist and to threaten to take your video down. Would you take that video down? So it's just like it's all up to, I would say, up to the blogger what they're going to do for their individual channel. Now I will be going to the courthouse for Miss Robbie lawsuit with Philly Phil because I'm interested. I'm definitely going to go there. Go to Miss Robbie restaurant, eat me some good chicken, and then go to the courthouse. And I just want to see. I just want to see how this is going to play out.
While you at the courthouse, give us those updates. Like, what was his name? Ernest was giving the updates for Tasha and Cardi.
Yeah. Yes, I'm definitely going to give the updates for it. But I knew once this Cardi B lawsuit happened, a lot of people was going to do lawsuits. I knew once that was accomplished and that was successful, I think a lot of people are now suing. This is why he couldn't be a legit blogger. You have to research these claims. You just can't let somebody go and run with it. I would run with it because it's entertainment. It's a live show. I would. But if I were to get a cease and desist and they say, hey, this is not true, take it down, then I would I private it and I might post it in another day.
Wiley, you gonna be outside the court with your barbecue grill doing You gonna be selling them for a $20 plate. You get a slice of cake in the store.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm done with you, Wiley, because you could have had me on here too long playing with you. And I will talk to you and the producers later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Right,
Man, thank y'all so very much for tuning into the Wiley Show. Thank you to the callers. Just Sweetie Pies is still open. And Philly Field went to the location in Mississippi. Miss Robbie signed her cookbook and everything. So we definitely gonna see how this is gonna play out. Producers, we support Philly Field. I think what she's doing is incredible. I would say keep doing it. I won't stop. As long as you know what I'm saying, take it all the way to the courthouse and everything like that. Okay, so if we got any more callers, the number is 646-716-8447. 646-716-8447. Okay, yeah, I like that caller. Let me see. This is why he a blogger and not a journalist. Yeah, I'm a blogger. I'm not a journalist. If a caller call in right now saying they know Miss Robbie and they was Ike at, I'm gonna keep the caller on. Honestly, really. Okay. Wiley, that case is on a Monday, and Sweetie Pies is closed on Monday and Tuesday. Okay, definitely gonna come there and give me some fried chicken because I never went to Sweetie Pies. I'm definitely gonna come there and eat some food. All right, 2805. Good morning. 2805. Hello. Did I say it right? 2805. The last four. You live on air. All right. 0402. Okay. Well, I got the phone lines open up. If you're calling in, I'm gonna leave the phone lines open up for about 5 more minutes. Let me read y'all comments. Where are we at? Let me read y'all comments here. Do the show, Sweetie Pies. Do that show, Sweetie Pies. No, that have been canceled. No, the show does not come on anymore. No, I don't understand people downplaying your success by calling you a blogger, yet they're still watching. Yes. So I listen, the phone lines is open up. Give me a second. Let me see. Oh. Yeah, that's okay. I'm getting some stuff here. Why did somebody send me a picture of Miss Robbie? I'm not gonna post it because Miss Robbie was beautiful back in the day. No, listen. If you're calling in, call in. Don't hang up. Somebody just called in and hang up. The number is 646-716-8447. He's still a blogger. As long as I pay my bill, I can watch him when I want. It's okay, blogger, commentator, and stuff like that. People are saying that I'm going to get sued by Ms. Robbie. If I do, I go to the courtroom. It doesn't matter. It's a civil suit. We will defend it in a court, and we will defend it. It's just civil suit. It's not nothing that important. All right. Let me go up and see y'all comments. Yeah, Sweetie Pies does not come on. We love you in the morning. Why? Right. That's why the blogger is not a journalist. They said, look at Omari's latest community wall post. Let me see. He on vacation and he throwing shots. Let me look at his post. Give me a second. Oh, post a picture on. Oh, let me post a picture on Patreon. Hold on, I'm gonna post phone numbers. I'll post it on Patreon, y'all. So they said, look at Omari's community wall post. What did he say? Give me a second. Give me a second. Oh, you working? Okay. Okay, let me post this picture. They say, oh yes, let me do Vegas. We gonna be in Vegas next week. Hold on one second. So we'll be in Vegas August 26, 27, 28. If we some of us going to the Usher wow. Oh, wow. Some of us going to the Usher concert. Some of us going to the Usher concert. Give me a second. I don't know what's going on here. All these notifications. All these notifications. Y'all bear with me. Hold on. What in the world? That's my Instagram. They sending over some tea. Y'all bear with me. Let me log out of my Instagram. Hold on. Yeah, we still doing Vegas. August 26, 27, 28. Oh, let me log out. Oh, gosh. And they keep sending me stuff. I'm live. Hold on. I don't want to log out because that's how I get my information. Y'all bear with me. Damn. I ain't know they sitting all that in my DM. Told you, like.
Exclusive. That's right. Bringing you the best in politics and celebrity gossip. This is the Wiley Show.
Y'all need to listen to that, okay?
Don't stop. Keep it going.
All right, 2628. You live on the air. Hello. 2628.
Hello?
Yes. Can you meet me in the back? How you doing?
Yeah. Fine. How are you?
Doing good.
Doing good. I was calling in about Miss Robbie.
Okay.
Oh my God. I'm just telling you, I love your show, but baby, I was falling out about the woman that called in, the auntie. Oh my God. It was so funny. I just couldn't believe that. But listen, this is my concern. The woman that she had on the platform that was called Miss Loretta, she was supposed to have been a pastor or a preacher or something. She said a lot of stuff too about Miss Robbie. She talked about her like a dog. I loved Philly Field Show when it first came on because she was sticking to the part about what was going on with Tim and the guys that were, involved in all of that. Then all of a sudden, the show turned into Miss Robbie's show. I was just devastated. I knew that she was going to get in trouble for that. I really felt that. Because she kept letting them people call. It wasn't only the auntie. It was a lot of other people that called in and was, oh my God, they was terrible on that woman. I like Miss Robbie, but I don't know about the I gets and stuff, but I would have pleaded the fifth on that one. But the part to me that was the most terrible part of all is when they accused that woman of implicated her in the murder of her grandson. That was the most awful thing that somebody could have said. And I think that's the part right there that Miss Robbie is really upset about. I really do. I think it was awful. I think it was terrible. I think all them old ass folks that called in with all that old mess. It was just terrible. I mean, I feel like, oh God, it was just awful. But what I really want to know is she the only person, her and the Shanice Colby, that is getting sued?
Them the only two that's getting sued is Shanice Cody and Philly Phil. Them the only two getting sued. But do you believe that Miss Robbie was getting on with Ike Turner? Do you believe that she had something to do with her grandson's death? I mean, do you believe it? I mean, since it's out there, it's public.
Wiley, Wiley, I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one.
You can't plead the fifth. Give us some answers.
I don't know about that one.
I
don't know about that one. But that wasn't even terrible to me. People do that all the time.
Okay.
I mean,
what was terrible for you?
The part when the woman accused her of implicating her in the murder of her grandson.
Wow.
They were saying all kind of stuff about he was a sacrificial lamb, and oh my God. And then, Tim's father was married when Miss Robbie was pregnant by him. I mean, they really made that woman look terrible. It was awful.
Really?
It was. I just said to myself, oh Lord, this right here is getting ready to be a mess. And then after that, Wiley, all kind of people start calling in talking about Miss Robbie. She wasn't even talking about Tim now no more. And I was like, damn, what happened?
I do hear you that the narrative was switched when they was talking about Miss Robbie. But Miss Robbie must have pissed off a lot of people in St. Louis, because they called in, it was a lot of older women calling in discussing Miss Robbie.
I think they was jealous of her. I do.
Really?
I do. Yes, I feel like a lot of them was jealous of that woman. I really do. I think if you listen to Miss Robbie's real story, she been through a lot. I know some things, that I looked up on and read up on and, different things like that. I mean, at her age now, she done made it. Everybody got a past. I done did some things in my past I ain't proud of. But just to put it on blast like that, I think it was awful. I really do. And Philly Phil kept that mess going. She didn't stop it. She didn't stop none of them. It wasn't only Miss Shanice Colby. It was Miss Loretta, and then she had this person and that person and all that going on. It just turned into a show about Miss Robbie. It just made me feel like, now we ain't going to get down to the bottom of nothing else on this show. So I started watching other shows because I got tired of hearing that. It was just ridiculous. And there's some things out there about her about Philly Phil that I done heard on TV. So, sometimes you have to watch yourself when you're allowing things like that to go on, because what'll happen is they'll start turning the tables on you and bringing stuff out about you. But that was basically all I had to say.
All right, well, we thank you for calling in.
I enjoy your show.
I enjoy you for calling in. Thank you. Are you going to go to the courtroom and sit in support of Philly Phil? Or are you going to go there? I don't know if you're in St. Louis or not.
No, I'm in Michigan.
Oh, okay. So you want?
I I have a Baltimore number, but I'm in Michigan because I lived in Baltimore before I came to Michigan.
Okay. All right. Well, we thank you so very much for calling in. Thank you so very much. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. The phone lines is open. Okay. All right. 0402, calling you on the air.
Yeah, I just got through listening to that call that just hung up. She's saying the right things because it's all about Miss Robbie. And that's real disrespectful that's talking about that lady. Of course, I believe she had sex with Ike Turner. Okay, cool. But all the other shit about her killing her had something to do with her nephew, her grandson. I don't believe none of that, So City Fields need to, it's all about click and views now because her show was cool when she was talking about, helping out about the nephew trying to get, what happened to him. But then it went from that to Miss Robbie. Everything is about Miss Robbie. She be at lunch at her job getting on air. Miss Robbie, come on. It's boring now. It ain't no good now. Now she done got herself in trouble. So how she gonna get out of it? And her money ain't long enough to keep going to court. If Miss Robbie starts taking her to court, her money ain't long enough for that. You see what happened to Tasha K?
I did see what happened. So I'm assuming that you are not going to donate to the Philly Field Legal Defense Fund.
No, I mean, I don't think I will. I don't believe so. But I don't want her to, I don't want what happened to Tasha K happen to her. Her show could have just continued to be how she was doing. And it was a good show. But like yours, I listen to you. You will get on a story, you'll talk about it, and then you'll move on. You don't just start bringing other stuff into it that's to disrespect somebody. So, no, I don't believe so. Like the caller said, there's things out there about her that she don't want to come out. Everybody done got things on her, so yeah, she needs to slow down what she doing and get up off Miss Robbie for a minute and start back doing what she was doing. That's all I got to say.
All right.
But you keep your show up. You got a good show, and I like listening to you.
Well, we thank you so very much for calling in. Wow. Thank you. I just got something in my DM. The survivor of the hit and run did an interview, so we definitely want to get into that in the next show. 4660, you're live on air.
Hello, Wiley.
Yes.
I was just calling to say, what about the pre-recorded calls and stuff that Philly Field will post? I mean, she would, she would record those calls and then she would put those calls out there later on. I know y'all said that you can't control what the callers say, but right there, that shows intent that she was, that she was able to control what she posted on there and stuff like that. And then another thing also, what about like there was a time where I've lost my train of thought. Go ahead and respond to that.
No, I hear you, but my thing is she is a blogger. Her job is to report the news, and it just so happened the news was on Miss Robbie. Now, whether it's false or not true, that's up to the public to decide, and they'll have to dip it out in court. But people were calling in speaking about Miss Robbie. And the people that was calling in speaking about Miss Robbie, they were older women. They were not young women. They were women around her age.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, and then I know, and then another thing, Philly, and that lawsuit, y'all were saying y'all don't know why she was named in there. But I think in one of her other calls, a follow-up call to that one call where that lady Auntie, aka I guess her name's Shanice Cody, she was the stuff that she was saying about all those accusations. Philly Field came back in another call and said something about about, she said something about that stuff checked out. All that stuff checked out and was, was true, what that woman was saying. In court, is she going to have to prove that stuff was true? I mean, how does she, this stuff is true, what she was saying?
Yeah, because she said smooth, man.
I mean, that kind of stuff in court, they're gonna probably question Philip Hill. How is this stuff true? I mean, if you checked all this stuff out to be true, she's basically co-signing what that lady is saying.
Wow. Okay. And that's a really good point. But Philly Phil did her. I'm assuming that she did her research, and she says she's not worried. But in the complaint, she really named Shanice Cody and a lot of stuff that was named in the complaint of what Shanice Cody said. My thing is this: how did they know that lady government name, and how did they know about Philly Phil address? They tracked her down. They served her with paperwork. They even served the lady that called in with paperwork. So this is all interesting to me. Is there some truth of what the lady said? That's up to the public to decide. And we should definitely see about that. But are you going to support the Philly Phil Legal Defense Fund? Are you going to donate? Are you going to go to court and sit in the courtroom and support her?
I'm not going to support her, but I have been thinking about going down there to see this, because that's interesting. What's all of this that's transpiring.
I agree, because I'm definitely going to go and I'm going to support and see how that's going to play out. This is yet can typically be like the Cardi B versus Tasha K reign, I believe the media, because the media is already involved in this, because they covered this on the St. Louis Dispatch. That I talked to the reporter myself, and she covered this story. So we definitely going to see how this play out. Do you believe that lady was telling the truth about Miss Robbie, or what?
I mean, some of that stuff could be true, but how is that? I mean, why is that even relevant to getting justice for Andre? I mean, that stuff is not even relevant. Even if it's true, it's just not relevant. I mean, how's that achieving justice for Andre, focusing in on Miss Robbie?
Wow. All right. Thank you so very much for calling in.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. He said, how's that relevant? People are definitely giving that side. In the video that we're talking about Sweetie Pie's Tim Norman's father, best friend, wife calls and give tea on the family. That video got 264,000 views and counting. People definitely are giving their opinion. All right, the phone lines is open. So if you're calling in, the number is definitely open, 646-716-8447. And people are calling in, giving their thoughts. They said, just don't ask Miss Robbie any questions when you are there, Wiley. Don't trigger Miss Robbie. I'm not going to trigger Miss Robbie, but I'm definitely going there to the thing. So I will definitely release a GoFundMe for my travel expenses producers, so y'all can give to the travel expenses, because we definitely want to go to the courthouse for Tim Norman. We definitely will put a GoFundMe out. Also, we will be in Vegas next weekend. I'm super excited to go to Vegas August 26, 27, 28. You can email me at wileyshowproductions@gmail.com. Just let me know you're coming. I already know 4 people already purchased the tickets, including myself. So 5 of us going to a show, going to Usher concert. So I'm super excited for that. I can't wait to see Usher in concert. Super excited. This is my first time seeing him in concert. I've never seen Usher in concert, and okay. Somebody just sent me. Hold on. I don't know what time I'm gonna be arriving. I'm sending people my number because, especially people that's coming, I'm sending them my number. on, y'all. Just send me stuff for Vegas. So people, if you come into Vegas, email me so I can give you my number. Okay. Whew, I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. Oh my gosh. What happened in Vegas? Please don't keep it in Vegas. Or the ticket. We got the ticket. When we got the tickets, we paid $125 for a ticket. So, and I didn't know I had to pay for all the fees. So I had to pay for fees, and then I got insurance on. I didn't mind it because I had the money to do it. Why y'all be able to do anything in Vegas, dudes? It was a flood in Vegas. I think we should be able to do something in Vegas. Let me call some people. Oh, she probably working. Is it a flood in Vegas? I didn't hear it on the news. Oh, hey, Blue Skies, I'm live. They said it was a flood in Vegas. Did you hear something about a flood?
Yeah, it's monsoon season, but I ain't worried about that. I'll be floating down the street with my drink in my hand.
Well, me too, because I already booked my hotel and flight.
And my edibles in my system.
Yes, okay. I said, let me see that you hear about that. They said something about the flood. Because I already booked everything, so I'm coming. Okay.
And I'm coming.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
I'm ready to drink my mimosas and have a hot breakfast.
Yes.
With my edibles in my system. Yeah.
Yes. Oh yes. I'm ready.
The only thing is I'm too old to be fighting, but hey, I still can get down to get down. I ain't gonna do it, Miss Robbie. Make a video and all that.
Yes. Oh, okay. Somebody said I live in Vegas. We good. Okay. Well, thank you so much for answering your phone, Blue Sky. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Bye-bye. Oh man, we good. Okay. So I gotta go to Big and Tall to give me some shorts and some shirts. I get me new clothes every time I go out of town. I'm just nervous. I'm so nervous. Oh, we gotta go to Vegas. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. I'm just nervous. Why so nervous? I live in Vegas. We good. Thank you, Latavia. It's going to be amazing. Thank you. Get on down to the get down. Yeah. So this won't be the first meet and greet that I'm going to do. And also, too, I had got my monkeypox vaccine last week, and my arm is still sore. Okay. Got that. I got my the Rona vaccine, and I'm boosted. So I'm good to go. I'm ready to have fun. They said, Wiley, have the people take you to the Black Vegas. You are like, okay, Storm. I was gonna do I got to do a pre-recorded video of Storm because they said that Storm Monroe had called out Tasha K. So I'm definitely gonna do a pre-recorded, or I may do a live. He did it for his members only, and I'm like, okay, we gotta talk about it. It's public. But I wanted to hear it in his words. I'm not a member, so I gotta be a member if the video is still up, because he put it out there in this public. I think I talked about it already. So yeah, I want to go to Black Vegas. I'm super excited. I've never been. I've been to Vegas to meet subscribers. I've been there last year, meeting some people. I met some content creators last year, but this time I'm going to meet the Wiley Show subscribers. So if you come in, I know 4 people purchased tickets, including myself, so it's be 5 of us going to Usher concert. So make sure y'all show up because y'all paid y'all money to see Usher. So and I got your tickets in my phone. So I'm looking forward to it. Just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean that you're safe. So I suggest you still be careful and wear a mask when you're there. There are too many people around just for your safety. I know when I get tested regularly. I just got tested yesterday I get tested every week for the Rona. So I'm not gonna wear a mask. I'm not even gonna try to put you there. No, I'm not. I'm gonna be going there. I'm gonna be having a good time for that. Okay. Yes. Somebody said that Storm Road situation is played out. Let's not forget about I went and I got my monkeypox vaccine. Yes, I did, because they was offering it, and they was offering at the Bowden Prosperity. So I signed up because I said I'm in the community, I'm high risk, and so I fill out the paperwork, and I was able to get the shot, and it's in my arm still sore, so I'm excited and stuff. I would love to get to meet Storm, but I don't think Storm will come to Vegas. But I definitely want to meet him whenever he's in Georgia. I can link up with him when I'm in Atlanta, and we can link up. Maybe we can do a show while I'm in Atlanta, or go out for some drinks. Okay. Yes. Well, we thank y'all so very much. Y'all sending me DMs in here. Give me a second. Let me see. I just want to make sure Miss Robbie didn't respond, because they said they were sending it to Miss Robbie. Y'all are messy. Don't be sending it to that 80-some-year-old. I remember people used to send my grandmother videos when I used to do my show. They would send my grandmother like videos and stuff. I'm like, why y'all sending my grandmother? She's in her 80s. Y'all sending her videos of what I'll talk about on YouTube. What's she gonna do? Beat me? Like, come on now. Like they would send videos. Like, I remember when I was beefing with the church, and I was just going at it. I was saying a lot of stuff. And if you go to my Twitter, you will see like old posts. Like I was going at it. I was reading the pastor, I was reading some members. And so every time I would go off, they would send it to my grandmother. And I'm like, what is my grandmother gonna do? Like, they would send it to her. And I was just heartbroken. I was hurt. And I was saying all of this stuff out on social media and stuff like that. And so like people were sending the videos to her, and so, which is really wrong. Why y'all doing that? And I was really going through it. I was like, whoa. I was trying to get on Larry Reed's show. I was trying to get on Daytime Tea Time show. I was trying to get on Tasha K show, to tell my story, because once my sister told me what she told me, I wanted to expose people and to what it was about. And so I was just going in and on Twitter. I was going in on my website. Only thing is, I wish my old Facebook page was still up, because them videos was like golden. Like them videos, you talking about pure comedy. Them videos that I was going at it, like literally pure comedy. Okay. Yeah, I'm just pure comedy. So I was beefing. I was literally beefing with the church. It was rough. Like, I remember, and I know this is wrong, and I apologize to my uncle. If you're watching this, I apologize. But I remember I made a Jack account of my uncle. He's a pastor, right? I made a Jack account with his picture, with his phone number, and the people was like calling his number and stuff. Then I left I was ruthless. I admit I was real ruthless, and I would be calling like the church, telling him, "You've been replaced. I'm going to be the new pastor." I was real ruthless back in the day, and I was ruthless. I was ruthless. Like I literally was ruthless back. I was calling like church members like in the middle of the night. I was going through it. They had got an order of protection, and then another member tried to get an order of protection, but that didn't go through. Like I was calling in the middle of the night, just calling. As soon as it get like, it was like clockwork. As soon as it get like 12 or 1 o'clock at night, I was just calling all the members, calling on different phones, use other people's phones just to troll. I literally was doing it, and it was wrong for me to do it, but I wasn't well. I was not well. I was leaving voicemails. You've been replaced as the pastor. I'm the new pastor. I wasn't well. And so, when I was going through that, I literally was not well, and I was not on my, my medication. And now I'm medicated. I'm such in a good mood now. Like my sister, like anything that goes on in the family, they be like, "Oh, Marquise is so quiet about it." Like I'm real quiet about it. I'm not even like the old Murky. Like the old Murky's, let's bring it to social media. I brought it to social media. I remember one time my mother, she was calling me all type of F words and S words. I was calling her B's and stuff. So I recorded her and I posted in a ballroom group. And I posted her number. I said, my mama is homophobic. Y'all call her. Look how she treated her son. Blah, blah, blah. So she had got like 100 phone calls of people in the LGBT and the 100 phone calls in the LGBT community. They flooded my mother and my goddaddy with phone calls. Like, it was like you got all these people in the community calling my phone. Like they flooded them. They flooded them so much. So I remember that, and I can laugh about it now because I'm well. I take my meds, and I'm well. But I can tell you, when I wasn't well, I was like, I was ruthless. I was really ruthless during that time. I really was. I was manic. I was ruthless. I can't even deny it. I was ruthless. That's how I was. I was really ruthless. And so now I'm much, much better now. I was tagging the NAACP. I had reported my grandmother to like the elderly, what is that? Elderly abuse hotline. Okay. Now, this was wrong. Like my uncle, I had called the fire department. I called the police to do a awareness check. So the police was coming to his house. The fire department was coming to his house. I was calling it. They was coming to his house. Like I was really, really ruthless. Like I was bitter and pissed. I was pissed and bitter, and I was angry. And so all I knew was get on the phone and just call, text, email. I was calling Springfield. I was contacting the IRS. I was contacting the police. I was tagging the FBI. I was really, really something. I was really, really going through it. And so, when my sister, when she told me that, she was abused at the church, and I just went off. Already I wasn't well because I wasn't eating. I wasn't sleeping. During that time, I was skinny. I was eating or sleeping for like days. And I was at it. I remember the lady allowed me to stay in her apartment, and me and my mother was on the phone. We was arguing. It was so bad. I was calling her B's. I was calling MFers. I was just cussing her out. She was cussing me out. It was so loud. And the lady, we don't talk to this day. She was like, I got a complaint that I'm about to get put out of my apartment because of the noise complaint. Because that was a quiet building. It was like the building was shaking. Like, woof. Like I was going, my mom was at 10. I was at 10. Because I knew how to hit my mother's buttons, and she knew how to hit my buttons. And we were just going at it. And now that I'm diagnosed and medicated with a psych doctor, I'm good now. I'm really, really good now. When I go back to Chicago, I'm calm, cool, collected. Have a good relationship with my mother now. Y'all can clap for that. Good relationship with her now. I do not have a relationship with my uncle or my auntie, my uncle or his wife. We don't have a relationship, but I'm good with my sisters and brothers and my nieces and nephews, but I don't have a relationship with my uncle. That's the pastor. I don't think we would ever have a conversation, but it was really rough. And I'm in a much, 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 much better place now. I'm in a much, much, much better place now. Yes. But it was ruthless. Hopefully one day I can have a good relationship with my uncle. And I was really close to my uncle, but once you have all this hurt, I was just going at it. Not moms, Wiley. What man you take? I need to encourage some relatives. I'm so happy your mom got her son back. That was like, yeah, she got me back, and I'm so cool now. I get on the phone, I talk to her, I go visit her. We have a good time. We are such in a better place. I was at my low point, and everybody was shocked. It was like Marquise was in a choir. Marquise was a good student. I never heard him cuss. Like this is not like him. And I was diagnosed with bipolar when I got here to Texas. I was able to get diagnosed in a red state. And shout out to the company that that diagnosed me, to the doctors that diagnosed me. I was able to get help, and I seen that my attitude changed. And I'm just definitely way. Oh, I'm definitely writing my story. It's in the process, people. I'm definitely writing my story. It's in a process to help people. But I was at a terrible moment. I'm happy to hear things are better now for you, Wiley. I hope your uncle I hope I work it out with him too, because I don't think my uncle want to talk to me, because a lot of pastors started looking at him sideways because I was calling the pastors, the other pastors and stuff. It was terrible. Like, we went to court. We went to civil court. It was just that bad. He had to get I had 2 restraining orders against me. It was like literally that bad. And one day I'll let y'all read the documents and stuff like that. But it was definitely, it was rough. It was really, really rough. And then I don't know. Then Armand is in there, because when that time we were cool. We were good social media friends. And I called him, and I had bronchitis at the time that I called him. And I said, you need to interview me about my family. So he interviewed me. Then I'm crying. He laughed. And then my mom get on the line. Then my sister get on the line. It was really, really terrible. We had a beef. And we was beefing on the internet. Our people were sending me requests to go on Unalive, but my family didn't want to go on Unalive. One of the producers contacted us for Unalive Fix My Life, but none of my family members wanted to go on Unalive. But we reached out to Unalive to fix my life, because it was like that. It was like literally that bad. And yeah, man. And I apologize to Armand Wiggins for getting him involved in family mess. I do apologize to that brother, because I called him. That's when we were cool, and I called him, and I said, let's do an interview, and I ain't had a place to stay, but yet I wanted to do an interview about it. And yeah, it was up. And that was before the library situation. All of that was before the library situation. Everything that I'm telling y'all right now was before the library situation. That didn't happen until a couple of years later. The library situation happened. So I had my outbreaks, and in the library situation, that's when boom. I wish, when I was in Chicago, I wish that what was the name of the hospital? St. Bernard's Hospital. I wish they would have kept me and diagnosed me then, because it probably would have prevented me to come to Texas and to get and to almost, property damage and all of that. I wish that St. Bernard would have diagnosed me. I wish that during that moment. Yeah. But I'm I'm in a better place. Better place now. Yes, absolutely. Much happy. I remember when certain consecrators wanted to recognize Wiley illness and call it fake, looking for attention. I'm proud of your honesty and progress today. Yes. And then people say, oh, he's using it for attention. He's using it for clicks and views. No, it was real. It was really, really real. And yes. Oh, we got a caller. Is this Miss Robbie? 9857? Hello? 9857? Hello? 9857? This might be Miss Robbie. Is this Miss Robbie? 9857? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you live on the Wiley Show.
I'm sorry, I was doing something. I forgot what I was calling to say. Dang, I sat here and waited so long. I'm sorry, but I can say you got the funniest callers. I'm telling you, I'm subscribed to all y'all.
Okay.
It's your call. are hilarious. I just be sitting there cleaning up the house
Well,
and
thank
just
you.
having the phone up. But keep doing your thing. I see everything's working out great for you. I'm proud of you. I've been subscribed to you for a long time.
Thank you.
That's all I called to say.
Okay, well, thank you. I thought you was Miss Robbie. I'm like, is this Robbie calling in?
I wish. Look, I wish I'd be cracking the hell up. Yeah, Wiley, keep doing your thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll call back another day when I can remember what the hell I was calling for.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Oh man. Bye-bye. Man, I'm telling you, it was definitely something, man. I believe it was something. But we in a much better space now. I was able to talk to my grandmother. I was able to talk to my mother, brothers and sisters. I'm in a much better place. And I know how to act when things go on, because at that time when you ain't medicated, boy, I was a firecracker. And I didn't even know nothing about, like, I hear people when they say, "Oh, you bipolar." I mean, I got bipolar on, I heard about that, but I didn't know I was gonna be diagnosed with that. I was to the doctors. I was like, "No, I'm not." I denied it, and that's what I had. And so, like, I have to stay on the meds because it keeps me balanced. It keeps me calm. It keeps me balanced. It does, and I sleep real good with it. But when I'm not on the meds, oh shucky. I go off, you know what I'm saying? And I know it's working real good, because then I'll be like, I don't need the medication. I'm healed. I am free. And then when I don't take the medicine for a couple of days, it be like, oh shucky. Like, I go off on people. I'm like, okay, let me get back balance, because man, it works. Okay. Wiley, keep calling Miss Wiley to existence. Maybe Miss Wiley will call. Yes. And so I want to take the medicine, and then like a couple of days, and I start going off. I'm like, but now I got to stay on the meds and stuff like that. So, and sometimes I like being manic because it feels so good. You know what I'm saying? Entertainment, my creative juices be flowing. But then but hey, it's good. Don't forget to pack your meds for your Vegas. Yes, I'm packing for my Vegas trip. But I probably ain't gonna need that, because I'm gonna be getting it in. I'm just super excited, man, to go to Vegas. Thank y'all so very much for y'all love, for y'all support. Just love y'all, man. I can tell when you haven't taken them to. You can tell, like, my attitude, my situation show when I'm not on the man. You can definitely tell. If you close to me, you can tell. You can really tell. Then and then my doctor said, if you stay off for a while, you can have another breakdown. And I was like, man, I can't go on nobody's library no more, and it could be worse than that. You know what I'm saying? So I have to stay on the pills. Like, sometimes I forget. Oh, is this Miss Robbie? 0196?
No, it is not Miss Robbie.
I'm about to say, is this Miss Robbie?
How you doing, Brother Wiley?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
This is actually my first time calling in. I always tune in. I'm actually the person that sent you on IG asking you to review the Whoa Vicky and Tasha K interview.
Okay.
So that's me.
Oh, okay. Yes,
so
yes.
I really wanted to just honor you and just highlight you for just sharing your story, because it really has it has encouraged me to share my story and just to be open and honest about my story. And when I tell you, Wiley, I have been watching you for years. My sister put you on to me for years ago. And so when I tell you, you have gotten me through my master's degree, I'm now getting my doctorate degree.
Yes.
I cannot do my work. I cannot do my work unless I'm listening to you. So I just want to say, kudos to you. Keep doing the work. I know sometimes you be trolling, and I love that too, because I'm telling you, I cannot concentrate and do my work unless you trolling. I love when you keep it real. I love your commentary. I'm always sending your show to all of my family members. Y'all need to tune in to Wiley. He over here giving some real tea.
Yes.
So I just wanted to
honor you and just say that, like,
Thank
please don't stop doing what you're doing, because I technically got 2 more years of school, so you gotta keep it up.
Wow, congratulations on that. Thank you.
So I wish that I was meeting you in Vegas, but what I will say is I'm glad that you shared like your story about like just being bipolar, because me being a teacher, I have students who are bipolar, and if you didn't break it down, I would think those kids just be trying me. You know what I'm saying? But the ones who are just like diagnosed with bipolar, I think that when you break it down and when you explain like, okay, like, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, it really helped me to understand some of my students who have been diagnosed with bipolar, because I'm like, well, Wiley say he be up and down sometimes, so maybe this is what, this kid is going through, so I just appreciate you sharing all parts of your journey.
Yes, I'm glad, and it's gonna help. It's definitely gonna help somebody, that's going through it. And God bless you being a teacher in today's society. That's a lot of work, because
it is hard. Like, believe the stuff that you see that be on the news, and I'm like, a lot of people be like, oh, how could that teacher hit that kid? I'm like, you'll be like surprised at what you see in schools today. Like,
yes,
it is insane.
I remember I had a teacher, she was arguing with one of our classmates, and I remember the teacher just broke down until she was so hurt, because it was a lot. That student was like getting on her nerves. And now these kids these days will put hands on a teacher. They don't care. And
they will. They are ruthless. But I also, like, I start every school year and I let them know, like, I am not the one. Like, if you hit me, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be able to, I'm not going to be able to calm down my reflex. So I'm just letting you know now, like,
yes,
you want to feel a little, but like, I can get there too. But you know what? I think that when you share like that self-love with kids, they know who to play with. They know who not to play with.
They will understand. Yes, they will understand that. Absolutely. Because I know they have like a shortage of teachers. Like, they're like, in some states, they're offering teachers like $50,000 to not retire, because it's such a shortage of teachers. I'm like, oh wow. And then I'm hearing that teachers,
it is.
Yes, I'm like, oh wow, like, really? I don't want to be.
It really is a shortage, and you want to know. I'm sorry, Wiley, for cutting you off. You want to know why there's a shortage? Because it's like the reason why a lot of teachers have no control over their classroom is because we're railroaded with, like, kids don't get suspended anymore. They don't get written up. They bully other kids, and they just turn a blind eye to it. And I'm like, are we going to do anything about these kids? And it's normally just 1 or 2 kids that will really wreak havoc on the whole school.
That's
and I'm
true.
like, this doesn't even make sense.
They need to go back to that Joe Clark when he kicked out them bad. Like, they need to talk.
You're right, Wiley. Like, I'm telling you, I teach 4th grade, and I be telling those kids, look, I am Joe Clark, okay? I am not, lilies in the field, Miss Bridges. No, I am Joe Clark. Like, and you know what's crazy? Parents respect that. They're like, no, y'all not about to do bad for Miss Bridges, because
I remember
I'm like,
I had a teacher. She would whip us with a ruler when I was in the 4th grade, and then I didn't do my homework. And she said, "Did you do your homework?" I'm like, "No." And you didn't do your homework, and I would get whipped with a ruler. And my mom didn't care. She would discipline. I don't know if teachers could do that. I don't think y'all could do that now. But when I was in the,
it depends.
I was in the 4th grade.
Because you have some districts, Wiley. You have some districts that they still do corporal punishment. Now, the district I work in, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, because she would like whip me in it, and I'll be crashing. She was like, her name was Miss Lewis. Wherever she at, that lady will whip us with them rulers, and it was them big rulers. And then she hit me on my knuckles and stuff. Yeah, because I want to do my homework and stuff. And then I used to hate. She used to keep me out the school for my parents had to come to the class and pick me up. I used to hate that. They would have to come pick me up.
Well, you know, Wiley, I've had certain parents that say, look, Miss Bridges, I'm giving you permission not to my child out. I'm like, no, that's illegal. I can't do that. I'm like, I'm not going to jail. Like, but, I'm like, if you need it, I'm going to call you, But I just, like, work, you really have to have tough skin working in schools. And I kind of resonate with you with how you say, oh, you have to have tough skin to be on YouTube. You have to have tough skin to be in front of kids. Because
Absolutely.
nitpick everything. If you got a bad day, if you having a bad hair day, oh, they're gonna talk about you. They're gonna let you know, like, oh, her hair not right, you know,
That's
her
true.
outfit not right. Like, kids are brutal, and you have to have tough skin. But I just, you know, I appreciate you, Wiley, because you'll be getting me through the day, because it is just like every day I deal with trauma. Like, you know, it's all different kind of kids, backgrounds. And I don't really know where they be coming from. Like, I have some kids, their parents are drug dealers. Some kids come in smelling like weed. I'm like, this don't even make sense. Like, you're a parent, you just got to do what you got to do. But
That's
I'm like,
true.
what you will start to see in schools is a lot of teachers are going to be quitting, and they're just going to have either robots teaching kids, or all kids are going to be online, because it's out of control.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. And the teacher's not getting paid enough. Like, one teacher went to Walmart. He's a manager. He said he make more money being a manager at Walmart than he made as a teacher. And I'm like, that's sad. Teachers need to be making $100,000 a year, $150,000 a year, $175,000 a year. They are a teacher. They went to school for this. You know what I mean?
That's true. That is so true. Like,
I'm like, that should be the salary for a teacher. I was watching, what was that movie I was watching with the white teacher? She was an English teacher, and she would buy the school books.
Is that
Freedom Writers. Yes.
Freedom
And
Writers?
she would have to work an extra job just to get books. And I'm like, what? Really? And like, it's still.
But that's how it really is, Wiley. That's how it really is. Like, in my district, like, starting out where I live at, they pay teachers starting at $30,000 a year. That is ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
I'm like, make it make sense.
And you
so
pay.
You have a lot of teachers who go to school.
No, you made more money. You pay more money to go to get the degree than you making your salary starting out with 30,000.
Yes, like that's why, and this is why, and then what you're expected to do. So, like, not only are you working your school hours, but then you got to grade papers. You got to talk to parents, and you're doing that on your own free time.
Wow.
So I'm like, we're technically working for free. Like, so I'm just, you know, I'm starting to see a change in education. Like, they're not going to be able to turn back from it. And I just, you know, kids are, I mean, especially the older kids, they are so disrespectful. They don't respect adults. They cuss you out. Like, they don't care. Like, and you know what their main focus is? Oh, I'm gonna go viral, so I don't care about school. I don't care that I don't know how to read or write. Like,
that's true.
It should never be that you're in high school and you don't know how to read. Like, that doesn't make sense.
That is so sad. And then it's like, whoa, the parents, like, then you look where they come from, then you understand, like, whoa. Like, when I was watching Freedom Writers, that kind of reminded me of a lot of these high school. And then when she was able to read what them kids was going through, she was able to touch them in a certain way. But how many teachers are willing to go that extra mile for their students? Isn't that too many? Because you got to deal with a lot of stuff. You got a lot of students, and some of these classes are overcrowded, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like, it's a lot that you're dealing with, and you know, it's a lot. And I might have tips off to teachers. I'm like, teachers should be making $200,000 a year, the same how a lawyer. I mean, that's how much teachers should be. Man, I mean, you're teaching the future of our country, and y'all treating them like this. Like, it's just really, really sad. And then and then I'm learning that they don't even want to give the teachers. Like, one district, they was fighting for their pension because they wasn't really wanting to give teachers like their pensions, and try to take that away from the teachers. I forgot what state that was. I think in Oklahoma. They was having a big protest because of that. I'm like, what? Like, this is what y'all treating the teachers.
But Wiley, did you see how some states, like, so I think I read about it even in Texas, where they were saying that they're lowering the standards to even teach in the classroom because, like, they don't have enough teachers. So, like, they're like, oh, you don't even have to have a degree. You just have to be enrolled in college. I'm like, that is a horrible decision. Like, you have all types of people. Like, the only thing I had to do, I was on the ICDC college.
Yeah, they did say that. He said you have to be enrolled in college. They taking away the fees. Like, they need. So pretty much, they just need a body inside. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Do you know how dangerous that is?
That is really dangerous.
We're gonna have so many people in the classroom that just should not even be in the classroom. I'm like, this is so dangerous. I'm like, what are they thinking? Like, I have kids myself, so now I'm starting to look at their teachers like, where did you come from? You know, because That is ridiculous.
That is, I saw that. I'm like, oh, wow.
But Wiley, I didn't want to take too much of your time up. I love you. This is my first time calling in. I think I'm going to call in to every last one of your shows. Just be nervous, but I'm so glad that I just
thank you for calling in.
I love you.
Thank you.
Look, I have all of your amazing gear, okay? Like, whenever you come out with another,
yes,
whatever you come out with. Wiley, do you remember me? I'm the one that posted the video on Instagram coming from the gym with the amazing clip.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. Yes. And I tagged you. Okay.
So Wiley, like, anything you come out with, I am supporting. I wish I could come to Vegas, but, it's the school year has already started. But, like, whenever you make your way to Atlanta, because that's where I am.
Okay.
I will make sure I take off if I got to.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye. Wow. 3952. Good morning. This is Miss Robbie. 3952. Hello.
Oh, hello. How you doing, Wiley?
Doing right. Doing okay. Hello. I thought this was Miss Robbie. All right. Go ahead.
No. I was calling real quick. I used to be a teacher for like 5 years, but that's why I stopped teaching. Teaching is very political as well.
Wow.
I stopped. I loved teaching when I initially started it, and it's really, and it was my passion. And I feel like once you don't have the passion no more, you shouldn't teach any longer because it's disservice to the children. And a lot of it had to do with the politics of it. And then, you really don't make a substantial living after being in school for all these years and all this work that you put in. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that you don't love the children or don't want to do the work, but you still got to live every day too. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Forrest Philly Phil, I watch her show. I like her show. I don't think she should be crucified because of this lawsuit. And I heard what the other lady was saying about not helping her and different things. But guess what? She put out all this information about the case. She's been doing that for a while, then allowing people to come in and express themselves. So the dog out to me is really, that's not cool, Ms. Robbie is not on trial. Her son is. So I do think, things need to stick to that because what he did was horrible. And what I'm thinking is really just, it's affecting his mom. I don't believe that Ms. Robbie just does not care what happened to Andre. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that she's in a tight situation to what she can and cannot discuss, being an ongoing case. You got what I'm saying? I mean, none of us really knows what she feels. We can only assume. Mm-hmm. And when a person isn't saying anything, we just assume, But her infidelities, if there were any, is not on trial. You know what I'm saying? Her family history is not on trial. What's on trial is the fact that her son, conspired and got these people together to kill her grandson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And one person I definitely think we should discuss more and we don't talk about and send him, prayers and positive energy is to his mom, because as long as she lives, you know what I'm saying, she has to live with this loss. You got what I'm saying? Philly Phil she's a vlogger, shows her content just like you do. And I think, a lot of things were new for her. You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with legal cases. Now, let's be clear. Miss Philly Phil is not ignorant. She has a master's degree. She's not an ignorant woman. She's college educated and things of that nature. So, for people to just say, oh, she's ignorant or she does, that all that's crazy. That lady let everybody, come on and say whatever they had to say. And she never bashed Miss Robbie. And like, people got to realize the only thing she kept saying was, I guess as a human being and maybe as a mother, she couldn't understand why the grandmother, doesn't mention him. But it's an ongoing case, and I don't think that she can talk about anything. You know what I'm saying? Because it, like I said, it could make it worse for Tim, which we really don't care about, right? But it could also, it's just a lot of things, in there. I just think Ms. Robbie is in a terrible situation, but the person that we're not talking about is the mother. How is it affecting the mother? How she's feeling about what has happened to her and how that is affecting her family, So I do agree with that. Everything kind of just turned to Miss Robbie and about Miss Robbie. And I think a lot of those ladies from St. Louis that probably knew her during that time, there's definitely sound like a lot of animosity. You know what I'm saying? So whether it's true or not true, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of them took that opportunity to express themselves about how they felt about the family, how they felt about Miss Robbie, which has nothing to do with the case. Everything that has to do with the case is what Tim set up. You got what I'm saying? So, you know, Philly Phil shouldn't be on trial, and neither should be Miss Robbie. We need to focus on the fact that Tim set this whole thing up to have his nephew murdered. That is horrible. That is horrible. It will always be horrible. You got what I'm saying? And so that's just my opinion on that. That's all I wanted to say about that.
I agree. I really, really agree. It's a really a tough spot, and it's playing out in the media because Miss Robbie is a celebrity. And shout out to Own Network. They've been dropping Sweetie Pie videos when it first dropped. They were messy. They've been dropping the clips of their show while this is going on, and they got the comments open up, and Miss Robbie's definitely getting dragged as well as Tim is getting dragged. But I don't hear nothing from the mother, and I'm like, I know she's got to be grieving to hear this being brought up in the media, and then now it's going to trial. So I don't know if she's going to attend the trial or not. I don't know if his brother, because Andre had brothers, as I believe he had a sister too. I don't know if they're going to the trial, and this is like your family. Wow, that's just oh, that's terrible. I don't want to go through that like that.
To me, it's terrible all around for everyone. But let me say this: I do not want to think, and I definitely don't believe that Ms. Robbie had any conspiring or anything to do with, that part when people were saying that, with having her grandson murdered. I honestly 100% believe that she really, really loved Andre, but that's a rock in a hard place, that she's in. You know what I'm saying? But y'all coming on here crucifying Miss Philly Phil, come on now. Just come, you know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have known as much as we did or in depth as we did if it wasn't for her. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If she made some mistakes for just not knowing, it was just not knowing. It wasn't an intentional thing. You got what I'm saying? Because she never, if you go back and watch every video, but just like I was watching, his name is Vale, I think, Randomness of Vale, like he was saying earlier, people are not going to go back and watch every video to understand that Philly Phil never bashed Miss Robbie or implicated Miss Robbie in anything. It's just who she let up and talk. You know what I'm saying? And I guess, like ladies do sometimes, it became very gossipy. You know what I'm saying? And then it became like a matter of fact, like these things were actually true. But Miss Philly Phil never said never. And I watch her show all the time. She never said, oh, this is true. Or, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I just think people took this opportunity from St. Louis or who knew Miss Robbie to really express things they may have been holding on for years. I don't know if you ever took time to listen. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure you could feel that energy too. It's like, oh, these people have been holding this in for years, and there's definitely some animosity,
Oh yeah, because I can definitely
gossip. Yeah,
they
do gossip too. I was seeing a lady down there.
They them women was calling in gossip, and they had a whole lot that they had to get off their chest. And once the floodgates open up, it opened up. And not only that, even Tim Norman, former cellmates, according to Philly Phil, they even been calling a former chef of Sweetie Pies called in. So she had a lot of people calling in that claim that they are associated or was an employee or a colleague of them.
Yeah, people that called it, like I know Chef.
90 seconds.
That worked with them down in Memphis. These people, some of the people that was calling in that were kind of like regulars and getting on there, were people who actually worked with them or spent time in private spaces with them. Because one man talked about how Miss Robbie was, I guess, finagling things with the restaurant and stuff like that. But the fact is, and this is, the fact is, and this is true, Miss Robbie is not on trial, period. You know what I'm saying? And I think, we want to look into it, because you have a case like, how is this man, what brought him to this? You know what I'm saying? So then you go back into the childhood and all this, but you do have to be careful, with things like that. When you start saying things matter-of-factly, like it for a fact. You got what I'm saying? But these people that called in, maybe she should have sued them. You know what I'm saying? But I guess Miss Philly Phil gave them the opportunity to speak. So now everybody in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, her followers should support her. I would support her with helping her for as an attorney, because she was putting out videos doing on that aspect, just a lot of reporting and having people calling in and and talking, because Miss Robbie has millions of dollars. So, she's going to have the top-notch lawyer. You know what I'm saying? If Philly Phil don't really
because
lawyer,
they found her government name. They tracked her address.
10 seconds.
So Miss Robbie got some good lawyers, and she got served quick.
Oh, of course. Of course. You know what I'm saying? So that's a machine that she's coming behind, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, innocent to proven guilty. You got what I'm saying? And I feel like the supporters should support Miss Philly Phil, with that. Because, she ain't got no money with that machine that, Miss Robbie has. But, facts are facts. And I'm hoping in this case that it just works out for Philly Phil, honestly. You know what I'm saying? How she go if she put I don't know how much she's suing her for, but clearly, like the woman said, where's she gonna get it from? She doesn't have it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know they can garnish you, but what they're gonna be if she put a $3-4 million lawsuit, what they gonna garnish her for the rest of her life?
That's what I'm saying. And we don't know the amount, but Ms. Robbie says she definitely want a jury trial. She want to sue for punitive damages, for attorney fees and stuff like that, because of course, I guess that video really got people to question Ms. Robbie because she said my reputation has been tarnished. So we definitely going to see about that. I know the judge, I don't know, but probably the judge to tell him to settle out of court. And so we'll see how that's going to, and then Ms. Robbie can be petty, say, I don't want to settle. I want to take this to trial. She could be that petty.
Well, she probably will. You know why? She probably will because you know what? She's probably angry. I'm sure she's under a lot of stress. She's 80. She's just 80, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she's in her 80s. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, but those other ladies, that one lady, like I said, that called in and was saying, I know this for a fact, they just need to put her on trial.
She's getting sued too. Her name is Shanice Cody.
Oh, okay.
She's getting sued, and Philly Phil are getting sued, and the lady name is Shanice Cody. That's
Yeah, okay. So because they was calling her auntie, right?
They was calling her auntie. See, auntie is Shanice Cody, and and Flint is that's Philly Phil's government name. But yes, they definitely named them too in the lawsuit. And the lady that called in still stay in St. Louis. They got her name. She's a resident in St. Louis, Missouri. She was served with paperwork as well as Philly Phil. And I'm like, anytime they serve, they ain't playing. When you get served in another state for a lawsuit, Miss Robbie ain't playing.
Right. So let me say this to everybody that's gonna come on and do the work that you all do. Take a class to know the legalities of what you're doing before you come on YouTube, because I think a lot of people don't know. I think a lot of you all learned on the way. You know what I'm saying? Because you just turn on your screen and then you start, know what to do. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think Miss Philly Phil actually, just probably didn't know. And I'm not trying to downplay her intelligence. So Philly Phil, if you're listening, I love you. Also, I'm not trying to downplay your intelligence, but I know I'm educated. I got a master's degree, but I'm in mental health. So I don't know every legality. If I came on here and what would I let people say and not, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you really don't know. But I would suggest everybody that comes on here from now on, that want to be, have content and do what you all do, to find out what can be said, cannot, what shouldn't be said, how to protect yourself legally and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So you can avoid this, you know what I'm saying? Because if you don't have the millions, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these people that you all are talking about, and then they sue, and you don't have the money to, to combat that machine that they got behind them. A lot of times you just be in trouble. But I hope everything work out for Miss Philly Phil. But just like I said, Miss Robbie ain't on trial, Philly Phil ain't on trial, even Auntie ain't on trial. We have to stick to what has really happened. The fact that a young man's uncle had him murdered. You got what I'm saying? And then this boy's mother lost her youngest child. If Andre was her youngest child, I'm not correct. But, that's where it all lies with. You got what I'm saying? So that's all I have to say about that. Thanks for letting me come up, Wiley.
No, thank you so very much for calling in. Thank you. All right. Thank y'all so very much. Wow, this show has been going on over 2 hours. Thank y'all so very much. Be on the lookout for another video that we're going to get. It may be a pre-recorded video or we may go live. All right. But thank y'all so very much. I got a paper to write. So that was it. Thank y'all so very much for calling in. Okay. Thank y'all so very much. Make sure y'all subscribe. Thumbs up the video. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Yes. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you so very much. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Yes. Thumbs up the video. Thumbs up the video. Thank y'all so very much. We will see y'all in the next episode. Thank y'all so very much. This was great. It was a good show. You all had called in. Y'all gave a good thing, and we will see y'all in the next episode. Stick to what's news is reporting what's already public. Let Shanice put the gossip out on someone else's platform and then talk about it. That's what we're doing over here at the Wiley Show. Okay. We're not going to forget about the Storm on Road thing. We're not going to forget about that. We're probably, y'all just be on the lookout, okay? Can't tell everybody everything. See y'all in the next episode. Thank y'all so very much. Peace. Bye, y'all.